which the name isn't important. And we were talking to Leosin, and we were kind of like debriefing, all the shit that we've been doing for the last while. And he's like, he was listening, and he said, okay, well, we need to convince the Council of Waterdeep to try and help us, or we need to convince them that the threat is real, or all that kind of stuff. And meanwhile, like, there's some weird magical shaking going on that puts Brahm in a really pissy mood. And then we kind of, hung out a little bit and then slept. And then we decided to go shopping and went to a couple different places, most of whom were douchebags and weren't real shopkeeper. I don't know where I'm going with that, but we saw some stuff we liked, picked up a little bit of stuff, and then eventually came to the shop that has the wing boots that Lee's been wanting the whole campaigns. And Florestan flashed his Harper badge because he thought that would work. It didn't work. Lee picked a fight with the shopkeeper because the shopkeeper was talking some shit. So we all kind of ran out of there, except for Lee, who got arrested and went to jail. And we tried a couple different very terrible ways of getting him out of jail, which didn't work. And Florestan's running away, and I think that's where we left off. I think.
Yeah. Anyone have anything else to add?
Just Lee dropped the bomb of all insults when the other prisoner tried to talk some shit. I said his wife died of joy from getting screwed by me. I thought that was pretty good,
good.
off the top of my head.
All right. Thank you for that. So let's pick up where we left off. So when last we left our heroes, you guys had done your little shopping spree and walking around Waterdeep waiting for the council to meet. Lee found himself in a little bit of a bind after getting a little violent with the shopkeep, and he is currently being held in the Northwest Tower in the prison cells there. You guys had all returned. The rest of the party returned back to the inn to regroup with Grimmeth and Florestan, and I don't remember if we ended you guys just getting back, but I don't know if you took a rest or anything like that. But we can certainly do that if you guys want. Do you remember where we picked up, or where we left?
I think we just left off with everyone except for Lee meeting back at the tavern.
At the tavern. Okay. So you guys
yeah. Was it 4:00? I don't know what time everyone met back.
But... Yeah, it's probably like around 3 or so. And then you guys all meet up at the tavern, and you're relaying the story of what happened and talking to each other and figuring out what you're going to do.
And we expect Leosin to show up anytime, right?
Yeah, he said, around...
We expect him to come around 4:00. Where's that one? Council's meeting.
4:00 was 5. When he was picking you up, or linking up with you guys, and council meeting was supposed to be around 5.
I guess just wait for him then. I guess. Well, did we wanna grab Resmir or anything from the castle real quick?
We should grab everything that we have, like literally everything, because I really don't think we have enough to impress the council that we've been doing good stuff.
I agree. In particular, I think we should grab what's his name? We should grab the giant, or at least his air elemental, to speak for him. The giant might be a bit big to take through the city.
Yeah, I don't really want to bring the giant into the city. I don't think the council's going to like that very much.
I mean, he's there if they want to talk to him.
Yeah, and I'm sure the council's powerful enough to like sending or something, right? I mean, that's...
Well, we should bring some representatives, some evidence that we have a big cloud giant on our side.
Well, I mean, so we We can do that. We run. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of time though, right? We run, grab all our shit, grab maybe the elemental, then head back.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, you guys would be cutting it close, like going back to the castle and coming back and making it here by 4.
We really
Floristan
should have done
casts
this
haste
first
on
thing in the
himself
morning.
and then runs.
What does Floristan do?
That was a joke. I said I cast haste on myself, but that wouldn't help me at all
Yeah.
Wait, why wouldn't it help you at all?
because then I'd get exhausted, and then I would start sleeping.
Oh man, did you just make yourself sleepy talking about getting exhausted?
You could, I could,
I don't know how Floristan works.
I could summon Fealty, and then you cast haste on Fealty, and I'd run back.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, haste.
Get there, and the Fealty has
Oh.
so hasted Fealty will have. Let's see, you can dash. It doubles your move speed, right? And it allows you to
Yep.
dash as a bonus action.
Yes.
How long does it take to summon Fealty?
10 minutes.
Oh well, Jesus, we could be there and back in 10 minutes.
Could we? I don't know. How far away is it?
Floristan casts haste on himself and runs towards the castle.
All right. How long does haste last?
Up
One-
to 1 minute.
Okay. So you might make it like to the gate, maybe the inner
Like-
wall, past the inner wall.
Yeah, stop, really winded. Like,
Yeah, so
okay, guys, just, I'll be right back. And
Here's
then
the thing:
go.
if we summon Fealty, Fealty with haste on her has a speed of 50 feet per second.
Oh, Floristan's already gone.
I'm gone, man.
Assuming a 6-round. Whatever, fine.
Who knows where he is by now?
I get up to the castle and then realize I don't have a way of getting in and start shouting.
All right.
Well,
So
God, guys, help!
you're like at the bottom where the farm is, and that old farmer kind of steps out of his little villa to look and see what you're doing, and shakes his head and goes back inside.
Go back to work, Farmer Joe. Well, God, guys, help! Someone, help! Ladder, please!
Didn't we leave like a rope hanging?
Yeah, what did you guys leave? I thought you guys left away where you're like, oh, we can get back up here, no problem.
I think we left a rope because we climbed down to the rope.
Yeah, but the rope didn't reach to the ground because I remember you guys having to jump like the remainder of the.
There's like
No, that was separate. That was Lee just
Oh,
deciding
they just
to be
jumping to
about
look
us.
cool. Okay. All
And
right,
Brom falling.
Fealty also jumping because Fealty can't climb a rope.
all right,
Because
Floristan.
Fealty's
So
a
you
wolf.
you do see the rope dangling as you're calling out. No one's answering, and it's a little bit of a hop to grab the rope, but you'll be able to start climbing if you'd like.
I do that. I hype myself up. Okay, Floristan, this is your big moment.
All right,
Big moment.
go ahead
So
and
I've
how
never
is
been
he
defeated
planning
by
to
rope
carry
before.
back Resmir?
I have a backpack and a bass drum, dude.
so the
I'll
So let's see how successful you are climbing the rope. You can you use your movement or whatever, but want to see how quickly you get up it. Go ahead and do 3 athletics checks.
3 athletics checks. All right. Let's see where we at with athletics. First one is a 12.
12. Okay.
Second one is an 8.
All right.
Third one is a 20.
Nice. So as you're climbing, you're able to get your grip. You start pulling yourself up. Things are going smoothly. You do slip a little bit in the middle, but then you masterfully wrap your leg around the rope and then use your legs climbing the rope up so you don't get too tired. You make it to the top where it's kind of like at the front gate section, and the gates are open, and there's a couple ogre guards just like kind of looking at you and drooling off the side of their face.
Hey guys, I have to go grab something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, wait. Why do you look so glum? What's going on, buddy? Are you okay?
Yeah. Guard duty.
Oh yeah, that's a bummer, isn't it? Do you see that? You see that city out there though? It's kind of cool though, isn't it?
Where?
I point in the wrong direction. towards something that's not the city.
He turns and looks to where you're pointing, and it takes him like a long time before he finally turns back to you like, I don't see no city.
No, that's okay. That's okay, buddy. We'll get you there. We'll get you there. And then I just leave.
Okay.
And I remember where Resmir is because I stabbed her in the face a bunch of times. And I did grab everything, all the books that are in the room that I can carry. And what is left of Resmir?
So you go to Resmir's chambers on the main floor, and you see that the bodies aren't piled up anymore in the hallway. Everything's gone. There's been some hasty cleaning, but you can still see blood stains like in the hallway. In the particular room, it's not as bad, but the rug of smothering is gone, as well as all the bodies. Inside the room, you're able to collect up a couple books. They seem to be, nothing of, I guess, great importance. They are expensive books, but they're not like handwritten journals or anything. It looks just to be some texts that were purchased or stolen.
Well, yeah, Florstan doesn't know any better. He just grabs them.
Yeah, because you guys already looted this room.
Right.
Pretty clean.
And so Resmir's gone. And she's probably, I don't know. Is Blagothkus around?
Go ahead and do an investigation check.
I will be happy to do that. I rolled a 22. A natural
nice.
20.
So, at this time of day, Blagothkus is usually taking his early supper upstairs in the upper floor in his quarters. So you go up, you're able to track him down pretty quickly, and see he's getting ready to eat. And he looks at you, and he's like, "Oh, yes. What do you need, tiny human?"
Okay, well, half elf, but that's okay. All right, so we are meeting with the leaders of this city over here, and I just needed to grab a couple things. Do you know what happened to Lady Resmir?
We threw her corpse onto the spires of the Grey Peak Mountains, where they were dashed
answer.
upon the rocks with all the other cult members.
Good answer. I have a favor to ask. Can I borrow your elemental buddy?
Cyclonius?
Yeah, Cyclonius. He really helped us out last time, and I think it could really help us make our case with leaders of this city to try and get their help.
What do you need of him?
Well, the thing is, we really need some proof of what the cult has been up to, and that they are a threat, and action needs to be taken against them. And I figured that the elemental can kind of make a case that there's something serious going on. I mean, of course, unless you have something better to offer. I'm just trying to put together anything I can.
Well, I'm not sure how much help Cyclonius will be, as he cannot speak. But if it's anything to show that you are friends with the Skyreach Castle, then I suppose it could help.
Yeah, that could help. That could help. So, is that all right?
Yes, that is fine. When will we be moving this castle onto the cult? To track
Super
them
soon.
down?
Somehow I thought Blagothkus could speak through the elemental.
That's fine. Super duper quick. Super duper quick. We're talking like if not tomorrow, then like today. I don't know. But I have to go. We're gonna move as soon as we can. All right.
Very well.
Okay. I motion towards my back like I'm trying to give him like a piggyback ride. Cyclonius.
Cyclonius just like passes through you and goes forward.
Okay. Well, I shake it off. I take a second to shake it off, and then say, "Follow me, bud," and then I run back towards the end.
All right. So let's say you're running, however many minutes just straight. Why don't we do some more athletics check and see how well you do?
I am so happy to do
What's
that.
the does anyone know the force march rules with when like you travel at double speed and you lose stealth, but you also
I think it's a Constitution saving throw, or take
It's like when you're, traveling.
pulling it up right now.
Okay.
Forced March.
I think that it's a charisma saving throw.
Charisma save. No. Not even close.
Forced March. Travel pace assumes. Oh, for each additional hour of travel beyond 8 hours, characters recover the distance shown in the column. And each character must make a Constitution saving throw at the end of each hour. DC is 10 plus 1 for each hour plus past 8 hours.
So that's more for when
On a
you're
failed saving. That's more for traveling
all
like,
day
on
and then
foot.
pushing forward even after. Okay. So let's just do some athletics and then we'll see how well you do. Just do 2 athletics checks, please.
Yeah. Okay. So first one is a 16.
Nice.
The second athletics check is a 10.
Okay. So you start getting winded as you're getting closer to the tavern. You're tired and out of breath, but you haven't had any exhaustion or anything like that. But you do make it back into the tavern, and you guys are all waiting, and you pretty much make it back, and Leoson's walking through the door as you're running up behind him. He's like, oh.
I try and scare him. No, I try and scare him.
You gonna try to scare him? Running full speed?
Well,
Do
as soon
a-
as I see him, then I stop running full
Do
speed.
a stealth check at disadvantage.
I can do that. I rolled a critical fail.
So you go to sneak up on him, and then you trip over your feet. Your legs are really heavy, and it's hard for you to pick him up. And you trip over your own feet, and you land face plant right behind him. And he turns around in a cloud of dust, and he's like, "Oh, is that you, Floriston?"
I got you, didn't I? I got you. Boo.
I guess your punctuality is still good. Come inside.
No,
We'll
it's-
talk with you and your friends.
Yeah, we need to talk. We really need to talk. Some shit went down, but I don't want to say anything because I might mess it up. So let's go inside and have a talk.
All right, you get up, dust yourself off, and Leosin walks in with Floristan right behind him, dusty and drenched in sweat and panting. And he was facing you guys, and he motions. He nods to you guys, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's your 5th member, Master Lee?
Well, Lee opened his mouth and ended up in jail.
Yeah, that's accurate.
It's no good. Where?
No, it's not.
Was it only just opening his mouth, or was there violence?
Knowingly there was violence involved.
I didn't see any violence, but it wouldn't surprise me.
According to the guards, he threatened.
Oh no.
Threatened some. Yeah.
Threatened a shopkeeper or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
We
I don't know. Floristan, you were with him. What happened?
Yeah. So first off, Leosin, I need to apologize. There was some shopkeeper had that we could really use.
hold on. You're getting.
And
you're
I
getting-
tried.
Hang on.
Yeah, hold on, Floristan. Yeah, we can't understand you. Uh oh.
It's
Is it everybody?
Yeah.
It's everybody.
Hang on.
Yeah, my thing's red on the Discord. My bars.
Yeah, so is mine.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I guess now. I'm back.
Let's see. Oh boy. Maybe it was just a... Oh, reset the call? Okay. Should we jump out to reset it?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In the past, what I've gotten is in the past, my experience, sometimes the call gets screwed up and you have to get everyone out so the call
Hello.
completely closes. But I guess it worked this time.
Yeah. It's just like a weird
Yeah, seems alright.
Discord thing. Okay.
All right, one more time from the top. Take 2 and action.
All right. So Leosin turns to. Oh no, Aravan's like, yeah, Floristan, you were there. Tell him what happened.
Okay, so the shopkeeper had something that we could have really used, and we really wanted it. So first off, Leosin, I do need to apologize. I did something stupid. I used my Harper's badge to try and use the Harper credit for this item, which of course didn't work. And I do apologize. I do recognize that was a stupid thing to do. And then the shopkeeper really didn't like me at that point. And he started insulting both myself and Lee. Which, I mean, he wasn't wrong, but it was wrong to do that to Lee. And of course, Lee didn't respond very well, so he picked a fight with the shopkeeper, and then we all saw him get thrown in jail.
Okay. All right. That's good. So is there still echo coming through, guys, or is it okay?
I'm not doing that one more time.
That was just Floristan, but I mean, it was still understandable, so it's fine. We
Okay.
can continue.
Sometimes the audio that I play, that stuff echoes from the Roll20 audio. All right. So Leosin is listening intently to you as you're describing what happens, and he pauses for a second, and he looks at the time, and he says, "Well, I don't know if we have the time. Should we go get Master Lee from the jail cell and take him to the council, or should we just proceed straight to the council?"
Well, how about I go to the council and say we're gonna be a minute, and then you guys can go get Lee.
I don't want to go to the council without Leosin.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a good idea to keep a bunch of important people waiting.
If we have the time to go pick up Lee, it would probably look better if all of us were there, and one of us not imprisoned. So
I say we pick him up.
yeah, well, let's go.
Floristan, where's the? I see you have Cyclonius with you, which I'm surprised you got through the city. Where's Rasmir?
Yeah. I hand him all the books that I got.
Oh, okay.
But you forgot the corpse.
Books, cool. And the corpse?
I ate it.
Damn it, Floristan.
No, they
Damn you and your
threw
gluttonous ways.
they threw the corpse off into the mountains. It wasn't there anymore. They cleaned it up. Sorry, guys.
Damn. Well, I'll rummage through the books and see
Like as we're walking.
what these books are. I don't know, you just shoved them towards me.
Like I shoved him towards you on my way out the door, I guess. So we really need to get going though. Maybe like you can check them out like as we're getting closer.
As we're walking, I'll just check the titles, if there are any.
Okay. So, Grimmeth, you don't have to do investigation check. Your investigation's already really high, so you can kind of just glance at them, and you're looking as as he's handing them off to you. What are you guys planning to do as far as the council and Lee?
We're gonna go pick up Lee first and then go to the council.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So you tell that to Leosin, and Leosin's checking his time, and he says, "Okay, very well, but do not. We must hurry and do not waste any more time. Let us go." what tower was he being held at?
The big one.
You must be more descriptive than that.
I'd just start walking over towards it. I don't know where it is. I don't know what it's called.
Okay. You just walk. You know where the direction is. All right. So, let's see. As let's go. So, Lee, back in the cell. While this is happening, you already knocked out the one guy. He still hasn't come to. The other two prisoners in the cell with you have kept their distance, and one of the guards comes down to check on you guys, and he looks in and he's like, "What happened to him?" And he's pointing to the guy that's knocked out on the sleeping mat. His legs are all the way up behind his head, like he landed on his back, then his legs came up, and then he just was unconscious in that position. Like his legs are folded over his head.
Oh, he have little accident. He trip and fall.
Whoa, trip and fall, you say? Well, you guys just work it out amongst yourselves. Speaking of which, we got a new addition for you. And he motions, and a guard brings another young man in front, and you notice that the young man is show or looks like Asian, and he pushes him into the cell, and they slam the door
Jesus.
shut.
Do recognize this person?
No, you do not. He looks at you as he comes in, and you see his eyes light up for a second, and he gives you kind of a half bow, and you see his hand go into his pocket, and he's smiling, but bowing to you a little bit.
I give a slight nod, but I don't take my eyes off of him.
Okay. For some reason, he's apologetic as he's sitting down, and he starts kind of find a corner to sit down in, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, sorry," and he's just bowing as he's taking a seat and nodding his head.
I'm gonna casually start loosening up. A little bit of stretching, rolling the wrists, cracking my neck, just not hostily, but just I'm feeling a little stiff. I need to stretch it out a little bit.
Okay. All right, so you start stretching out a little bit and kind of getting limber, and the same guard comes back not too long after, and he's like, "Lee,
That is me.
come on, you're moving yourselves." Can't have
Oh,
you-
you finally realize who I am. Good to know. Yes. Apologies will be accepted. It's okay. I understand. Accidents happen.
The two guards kind of glance at each other, and then it's like, "Come on, hands through the slot, and put your chains on."
There is no need for this. I am going along peacefully. I have not nuisance. Well, I have been nuisance, but I have not been violent. It is okay. I will go with you.
All right, so you stick your arms through. They shackle you, and then they open up the door, and they close it, and then they lead you. They kind of turn you around, and you're facing upstairs, but they're like, no, we're going down. And then they guide you down a floor, and they go into this room, and it's actually larger than the one you were in, and there doesn't seem to be any straw mats or anything like that. There's a small little drain in the floor, but other than that, it doesn't look like it's used that frequently. You can see it's dusty and whatnot, but
I know what drain and floor means. What is going on here?
they open up the door. They kind of shove you in, and they're like, close the door, and he's like, Come on, hands. I'll unshackle you.
I put my hands out.
Okay.
Yeah, shackled.
They unlock the shackles, and the two guards walk away for a second, and then not too long after.
And as they're walking away, I go, "Hey, I am not stupid. I know what this is. Let me just say, put the money on me."
You see one of them stops for a second and like kind of like he's about to turn back to look at you, and then decides not to and keeps walking away.
It's your loss.
Not too long after, 4 men approach, and they're walking down the hallway with. They're definitely not guards. They're dressed in, comfortable clothing, and they're showing their tattoos pretty freely. And you see that it looks to be 9 Golden Swords members.
We meet again.
And they don't really talk to you or say anything, and 2 of them nod and they go away, and one opens the door, and then 2 of the guys come into the room with you. And
Was it the 9 golden swords that opened the door? Did they have a key?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as the door is open, I try to rush them.
Okay. So, as soon as the doors open, you go to rush to try to get them while the door's like creaking open, and go ahead and roll initiative. Hold on, give me a second though. Let me get the thing up. Okay, go ahead.
$13. Best roll.
Okay. Let's see. Alright, you rolled a 13. Let's get these other guys. Alright. This one is gone. Hold on. Yes. Alright. So, let's add some turns.
Break it down for me. If I'm coming out of the cell, the hallway goes left and right, correct?
Yes. One are downstairs and upstairs, rather.
Oh, so it's like right on a landing of a stairwell?
No. I mean, there's a hallway, and then the hallway leads to a stairwell going down, and then a stairwell going up. It's just like a stone tower that you're inside, essentially.
Oh, okay. How are they laid out around the door?
All right. So the first 2 are, let's say, this guy is kind of giving the orders. This one's up front. So we'll say this is the door, the square in between you 2. And then the guys that were filing in were like this. And then the guy right here in the purple, he's the one that was swinging the door open.
He would have to be at the door, wouldn't he?
He's on the outside, opening the door, like it swings outward.
Oh, okay. Well, I meant like I rushed them as they opened to try to like kick it open and get out into the hallway with them. But okay.
Okay, so let's get some initiative. Oh, why'd you do that? No, the first one
I'm
was a
trying to
3.
cheat.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't like that 3. Let me go ahead and add a much longer one. This one should be 20. Okay, that's how it should be. Okay, so as you're rushing, you rush the door. The guy in the purple that is controlling it, he pushes it closed and slams it shut. So now these guys are like this, and he's on the outside of the door. Okay, Lee, your turn. So he kind of slams the door shut as you're trying to rush, and the two guys he pushes in front of you.
I go, I am not trapped in here with you. You are trapped in here with me.
Oh God.
And I perform Claw of the Trembling Scarecrow.
All right, Claw of the Trembling Scarecrow. You roll 17 to hit. It does strike the first guy as he's like coming in for 12 bludgeoning damage. All right, and then what else?
Another unarmed strike, Prowling Leopard Claw for 18.
All right, 18 hits.
Or another 12 damage.
Damn. All right.
And then I'm going to Flurry of Blows. Or actually, no, I'm gonna Stunning Strike on that last one
Okay.
as well.
The one that you were already beating up.
The one I hit.
Okay.
So he's got to make a DC 14 con save.
All right, con save coming up. He rolls a 6.
Fail. So
Okay.
he's stunned. So I'm gonna sidestep past him to get to the other guy, and then I'm gonna Flurry of Blows. Steel Phoenix Blow for 15.
Okay. 15 hits.
That is going to do 10 damage, and I'm going to attempt to Stunning Strike him as well.
Okay. So here comes con save. Ooh, critical fail. It's a 3.
He's stunned, but I already flurried of blows, so I'll take one more attack at him. I guess I get advantage on that, so that's 23
All right.
for Arrow Under the Spring Rain for 11 damage.
Ooh, nice. These guys are pretty staggered. All right. And they're stunned, so they're like, you can see that they probably want to slink up against the bars, but they're stunned and their body's not cooperating with them. All right, what else do you want to do?
Well, that's my turn.
Okay, so from the outside, the guy that slammed the door shut, you see that he's wearing he has significantly more tattoos than the others. He looks to be more of like a sergeant or veteran of the 9 golden swords, and he's like shocked and steps back for a second, and he gives a little smirk, pulls out a light crossbow, and he like goes to shoot you in between the bars. All right, here we go. So he shoots, it goes wide, and you do deflect missiles.
I
So,
didn't need to if it went wide.
well, sorry, what did you want to do?
I pulled that up, but if you said it went wide anyway, disregard. I pulled it up so I could see what it was again, because I couldn't remember the rules.
Okay. Yeah, because I was rolling as you're doing it, but I guess you would have a ability if you wanted to try to catch the bolt as it's sailing. Oh, it's when hit by a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I don't for that at the.
Okay, that's fine. So you don't have to expend any key or anything like that. But the shot goes wide, and you see him kind of look at you with a little bit of anger and also a little bit of approval too, and he kind of shakes his head for a second and puts his crossbow down, and you see him start moving towards the upstairs hallway, and he turns and he kind of glances at the 2 stunned guys in with you and looks at you, and he says, "Be seeing you around, Lee," and he disappears up the
I go,
stairs.
Tattoos are no substitute for training.
All right,
So,
the stunned guys'
My turn.
turns. What can they do?
again.
They're stunned until the end of their next
Your next
or
turn.
I know.
Lee's next turn. So
Right. Basically, they can't do anything until.
All right. So you got
All
two
right.
stun guys standing there with you, and they look to be pretty low level 9 golden sword thugs.
Okay, so I'll do the one closer to the door. I'm gonna keep attacking him.
Okay.
22 drunkard silencing palm
Yeah.
for 7 bludgeoning.
Okay. He looks like he's pretty close to eating it.
Oh wait, I think is stun give me advantage or not?
When they're stunned.
Anybody know off the top of
I
that?
think it does.
It does.
Okay. All right, so that's a 18 to hit.
18
Giant
hits.
squid spine squeeze for 10 damage.
All right. Describe how you kill him with your giant squid spine squeeze.
I imagine after the silencing palm knocked his head up, I come in around him and I yank inwards. I give him like a bear hug and I yank inwards and it fractures a vertebrae that paralyzes him and he
Ew.
collapses.
Crushing in your hands as he slumps over. The other guy's looking at you kind of the corner of his eye, and you see more sweat dripping down the side of his face as he like struggles to try to react to you.
Well, I still get a bonus attack. 10th form of the lightning fist for
Okay.
20 to hit for
Oh,
9
yeah.
bludgeoning damage.
That does it. How do you do him?
As I drop the guy, I spin back around, and it's just straight shot to the mouth.
All right. It almost feels like
Emphasis is on speed.
yeah, it almost feels like your fist sinks right through his face, and you almost get half your fist through his face before you pull it out, and it's just a pulpy mess as he falls backwards onto the ground. Yeah.
I am going to attempt to loot their bodies for any kind of weapon or keys, money, anything that might assist me in my situation.
All right.
I mean, always money.
You are able to find. They both are carrying maces, and money. They have like 40 copper on them total.
Yeah. I guess I'll take the mace.
Okay.
Qualifies as my weapon.
Yes, just for your what's it called? Your extra AC.
Or my weapons. Well, yeah. Well, no, it wouldn't. That wouldn't work. It's not a Kensai. It's not my Kensai weapon.
Oh.
But I don't know if it qualifies as a monk weapon at least. I didn't
think
put that
it's
in.
just-
I'll look that up. What?
All right. Their blood's seeping into the floor drain in the center, so it's doing its job, and then you see that no one else seems to be coming down here. It's all quiet in the cellar, in the prison cell. All right, let's jump back to our party. All right, the main parties. You guys are kind of walking hurriedly. Floorstan's remembering the way and leading the group, with Brahm and Aravan to help guide them. Grimith hasn't been to this section of the town yet, but he too is looking over the titles as you guys are walking of the books.
Yeah,
that you
he's
grabbed.
got like 2 books under his right arm. He's got his mage hand carrying 1 or 2 books.
So you actually
I don't know how many. He's
you
got,
actually
like, 5
probably
books.
you probably get the
carry.
chance to read like speed read like 2 or 3 out of the 6 books that you're carrying, and
At least glance over.
yeah. But with your high investigation, I assume that you'd be able to pretty much have a photographic memory
Well,
where
I,
you're just
I,
like
I can still roll.
flipping through the pages.
I'll roll for it since it's something active that I'm trying to
Yeah, go ahead and give 3 rolls, please.
do. All at disadvantage. Exhaustion.
Oh yeah. Do you have a all right? A 12,
So,
a 24,
that is-
and a 9.
112, 124, and a critical fail.
Critical fail.
A
Yeah,
9.
still a 9. So the first book you recognize as being a pretty expensive book, probably worth about maybe 25 gold to the right buyer. The second book is actually a really rare first edition text that you think you could, if you found a collector, probably get anywhere from 500 to 1,000 gold for it.
Wow.
And the third book fumbles out of your hand and flops onto the ground in a cloud of dust, and you don't have a chance to go back and grab it because you guys are still moving quickly as a group.
What?
What? I can't even use like my mage hand to pick it back up as I'm walking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it hit the ground and you guys are moving. So yeah, go ahead and go for a mage hand grab then.
Well, what? It just happened. So
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Within 30 feet.
there's
and
mage
then-
hand.
the book is
Move it up to
just
30.
10 pounds and 4 ounces and it's too heavy for mage hand. No, I'm just
Really?
joking. Yeah, you can.
Darn.
You like turn, send your floating hand out to grab it and scoop it up, and you quickly whisk it back into your stack of books. But you're able to see what the title is or know its value.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you guys are walking to the northwest tower, and you start coming up on it, and Leosin kind of stops you guys for a second, and he says, "Okay, so tell me, who has already tried talking to them, to the main guards here,
I have.
I have.
and were they receptive to you two?"
No. In fact, I think the one guy might have tried to solicit a bribe from me, but
Oh,
I'm not entirely sure.
and what was his name or his rank?
The sergeant or commander of the tower?
Why? Well, that's good news then. If the sergeant of the tower might be able to accept a bribe, perhaps we can get your friend out quicker than I thought.
Ah, bribery of civic officials. I
Yes.
find it distasteful, but very well.
Well,
Mhm.
you
Almost
must.
as distasteful as a sentient sword that wants to kill your allies.
Much more distasteful.
Oh, what's a sword? Yes. Well, you must understand, Erevan, that sometimes palms must be greased to keep Waterdeep moving along.
Yes, yes.
And besides, the importance of Lee being at this council supersedes any petty crime or bribe that this guard may take.
Very well, fair enough.
I will go talk with him. Florestan, do you care to join?
Absolutely, let's go.
Right then. You guys go into the tower and there's Sergeant Unfallen at his desk and he doesn't even look up to you. He's like, "If you have a grievance, fill out the paperwork right here on my left, and I'll take
I have
it
a
from you."
grievance, all right. You listen here, guy.
And then like he stops writing and looks up at you from his glasses and like, "Yes?
Do you know who I am?
No, I do not. Who are you?"
I'm this guy's friend. He's Leosin. Talk to him.
And then Leosin like, yes, Sergeant Unfallen, was it? I am Leosin Erlanthar, and I would like for you to release one of your prisoners. He's like,
Oh shit!
Which-
He said it.
which one are you talking about? Why, it's Lee Balong, and he was taken into your custody earlier today. All right. Yeah, he's been kind of a trouble, but I suppose I would be willing to part with him. He's already caused enough of a ruckus. What's it worth to you? And Leosin glances at you, Florestan, for a second, and then reaches into his money pouch and grabs a couple coins, and he's like, how about 5 gold to release him immediately? Sergeant Unfallen looks for a second and looks at the gold, and he says, "Fine. I'll have him brought up immediately." He grabs the gold quickly, kind of shoves it in his pocket under the table, and goes back to writing. And as he's writing his stuff, he doesn't even look back at you. He's like, "You can sit over there and wait for him. He'll be up in a minute."
Dude, you haven't even moved. How is he gonna get up here?
I was about to say the same thing. Like, is he gonna call anybody?
As you guys take your seats, then he's like, "Hey, McCormick, get over here." And then McCormick comes running up, and Sergeant Unfallen talks to him in his ear, and McCormick runs down with his keys jangling and goes downstairs. And not too long after, Lee, you can hear above you like a guy saying, "Hey, where is he?" And one of the prisoners in your old cell is like, "They took him downstairs." Jingling of keys as McCormick comes plowing down the stairs, and he sees you inside the cell with 2 dead bodies just oozing blood into the drain, and he's like, are you Lee? Or is one of these guys?
I am Lee. Pay no mind to them. I tried to get them to stop fighting each other, but they insisted. There's nothing I can do about it.
Hands, please.
Yes, of course.
You put your hands through the opening.
I dropped the mace. I dropped the mace too, and then.
Oh, you dropped them. Yeah, you can't get your hands through the bars because the mace keeps like clanging up against the opening. Like, oh shit! And then you drop the mace. You stick your arms through, and then you see him like reach back for his belt, and he's like, oh no, I forgot the shackles. You wait here. I'll be right back. And he goes running away with jangling of keys. Lee sits there, rolling his eyes, and sure enough, McCormick does come back pretty quickly, and he's like, he has shackles, and he's like, oh, okay, here we go. All right. And you see his hands shaking a lot as he's kind of trying to put the shackles around your wrists, and even for the second shackle, you just help him out and clap it around yourself, and he's like, thank you, okay. All right, I'm gonna open this now, and then you walk in front of me, okay? Or wait, behind me. Okay. Well,
I go in front so you can keep eye on me.
Oh
it's
yeah.
Okay, I
okay.
cooperate.
But
Yes.
yeah, don't run.
Of course not. May I suggest perhaps a little less tea in the morning? You seem shaky.
Oh, well, yes, I'm a coffee drinker, but I guess tea might be something I could switch to.
Yes, I recommend green tea.
finest.
Very delicious.
He opens the door, and he's like really nervous, and he keeps glancing at the 2 bodies on the ground, one of which is like spine is twisted in a weird way, the other of which looks like his face is completely caved in. And he goes, "Oh, okay, after you."
And I head upstairs.
All right, you go upstairs, and there's a nice little welcoming party of Floristan and Leosin sitting on 2 little stools to the side. And they
Hey, buddy.
I look at them and go, "Oh, the council has finally realized my predicament. I assume the store owner is here to apologize as well?"
And Sergeant Fallon stops writing for a second, but he hasn't looked up yet. And Leosin is like, well, perhaps later. We have more pressing matters to attend to.
So, hey, Leosin, are we gonna tell the council that this sergeant just accepted a bribe?
Floristan, there's no time for that. And this council you speak of, I don't know what you're talking about. We must run along now.
Okay.
As I join them heading out the door, I turn back to the sergeant and go, "Tell your buddies I said they should have bet on me." And then I walk out.
Sergeant Fallon gives you kind of a glance up from his books, and then gives you a and then goes back to writing whatever he's writing. You guys walk out, and Brahm and Aravan and Grimmeth are all standing at the open area in front of the tower.
Brom,
I
you should have.
assume-
Oops, go ahead.
I assume my gear that was collected when I was imprisoned, it was also
Yes.
waiting for me
Yes.
in the lobby. Okay.
Yeah,
Brom, you should have seen it.
whatever
Listen,
you had on your equipment,
killed
but then
all of them.
all the extra stuff is missing. Just kidding. It's not. It's all there. Oh, your bag of holding is miraculously gone.
Yeah, right.
Alright. So you are back in with the group. And then yeah, you see Brahm and Aravan don't look happy for some reason. But they do brighten a little bit at the sight of you.
I blush.
So it seems like you finally got you out. Did you learn anything?
What
Yes.
we learn.
I learned that having Council of Waterdeep's name to throw around get you out of trouble. Now,
No,
let's
no.
go take care of this, and then I will go speak to shopkeeper, remind him who I am, and let him know he made a big mistake.
We have no. We are never going back to that shopkeeper because you will kill him, and I don't want to clean up that mess.
Just rough him up a little bit. You did not hear that, Leosin. I do not. I know you are a better man than me, and I appreciate your assistance, by the way.
Ah, yes. Well, of course. Well, we must hurry. The council has convened, and we must make our case to get more help from the powerful allies around us.
Yes,
Everybody
that's the way.
everybody knows the party don't start till Florestan gets there. We'll be okay.
I
Florestan?
don't believe everyone knows that, but perhaps you can tell them. Okay, we must go. And he leads you.
Florestan, buddy.
He leads you deeper into the city, like towards the center, and you guys notice that you're getting into the nice area of town, and it seems to be large building after large building, a couple civic buildings, and different temples pop up here and there, and you guys come to a building that, while it's called the Lord's Palace, reading from the placard that's on the column out front, it doesn't look like a palace necessarily. It looks more like a, like a tax building or something like that, like a big, large kind of convention center or civic center where a lot of things, get done or whatnot. And Leosin says, yes, we'll be going around to the side, not up the front door. And he takes you off to the side and leads you into a small door on the side where you guys go through a couple different winding hallways, and he's like, yes, and we cannot meet in places that are too ostentatious, so we meet in a civic building where people are coming and going all the time during all hours of the night and day. Here, we're back here in this room. And he walks you.
I cast Unseen Servant before we walk in, just in case.
Okay, so casting Unseen Servant, and what are you having your Unseen Servant do?
Just chill, follow me.
Okay.
More importantly, what's his name?
His name's David. Everybody knows.
David.
Or
Jarvis.
Bowie.
Alright.
I don't know. No, I like Bowie better.
Yeah.
His name's Bowie.
You see, like the first section.
Before we enter.
The first section you guys were walking into, like I said, had people coming and going, getting documents signed and paperwork turned in. And as you guys went to this back area, you can see that there's a lot of people that look like they're nobles, and they're just engaged in heated discussions and like talking and almost yelling at some points. And there's guards all over the place, and you notice that they're wearing all different kinds of colors and markings from various city-states across the north. So it's
So
just,
before we entered, I also wanted to cast Comprehend Languages.
okay,
Oh shit, that's
So
a
as
good
a
one.
preemptive.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's it.
Can you link that? Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Sure. Literal meaning of any spoken language, and
Okay.
written as well.
Nice. All right. So, you guys are kind of in the hallway, and there's all these like heated discussions going on, and people just, like, oh, that's ridiculous. No, this is just like so and so, and we saw this happen years ago. This is nothing to be worried about. And then just kind of this din of just people talking and everything, and you hear the guards are kind of like, oh, where are you stationed at? Like, oh, I'm stationed, blah, blah, blah. And then they're talking and kind of making small talk here and there, and Leosin kind of takes you over to the side, and he goes, okay, all right, this is the door for the council. Now, go in there, do not make fools of yourself, present your case, and remember, you are the ones that can turn the tide against the cult.
Well,
Florestan translation. Don't do the talking.
Excuse me?
Lee, don't
I'm-
do the talking.
I'm the most
Aaron
persuasive
Barom.
person here.
He really is.
Which makes no fucking sense.
Bards, man. It's all the
then.
sense it needs.
No, I'll be cool though. I'll be cool.
I will open.
All right.
I am.
Like you said, don't make a fool of yourself.
Yes, I am actually not invited to this council discussion, but my superior is in there. Her name is Ramalia Heaventree. She has already been briefed on your situation and what you have done for us and the land against the cult. So please, if you need anything or don't know where to turn, take cues from her.
What does she look like?
She is a moon elf, and
I'm listening.
she's the...
Floristan, keep it in your pants.
Focus.
Yes, she is a bit older, but has proven herself quite resourceful and a wise leader of the Harpers.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. And he says, and all right, here, and he opens the doors, and you kind of go in, and you see that there's just like you walk in, and it's like a half semicircle of tables and chairs, and the chairs are all in good order. There's guards flanking all along the sides. These guards aren't dicking around talking to each other. They're actually standing attention. They're watching everything, keeping a close eye on the nobles that are in there. You look around the table, and there are a bunch of empty seats. It's only let's see, like eight different nobles sitting around, and there's seats for like 20, but they're kind of spaced out, and their guards are spaced out accordingly as well. And you see a familiar face, old Onthar Froome.
Hold on, Thar.
Yep, Order of the Gauntlet. He's over, and he gives you like a smile and a hearty wave, and he's like, "Oh yes, come please, the heroes of Greenest, my lords, my ladies. Here are the men we were telling you about." And you see Onthar is sitting at a table with a moon elf, and she's older, but she looks like she's been in good shape, and looks like she has a sharp mind behind her bright eyes. And she nods to you guys and motions to the seats next to her and Onthar. And
Yeah.
as you guys are gonna sit,
I'll walk up and introduce myself.
yes, I know all of you, and I've been already briefed by Leosin, but please join us and allow me to make introductions. I am Ramalia Heaventree. I represent the Harpers. You already know Onthar Froome. And Onthar he's like shaking Brahm's hand like a little too hard, and like going to Erevan to shake his hand, and he's like really happy to see you guys. And yes, and across the tables over here is Dylan Winterhound, and there's like a half-elf ranger, and he has like his cloak, and he's not dressed as nice as everyone else, and it looks like he just got done from riding or something, but he gives you like a small kind of wave, but isn't overly friendly. And
What was his name?
Dylan Winterhound. He is come from the Emerald Enclave. And
That sounds ominous.
yes, and over here is the Lord Daggelt Neverember, and you see a powerful-looking man with his hands pressed against each other at the fingertips, and he looks at you, and he's kind of taking you guys in and trying to get a gauge of who you are, and as he's kind of looking at you, Lady Heaventree is like, Lord Neverember holds many titles. He is the current Open Lord of Waterdeep, Lord Protector of Neverwinter, as well as the leader of the Lord's Alliance. And you see a couple of the other guys that are off to his side. They look like warriors too. And when she talks about the Lord's Alliance, they kind of give a look at it of approval and nod and look at Neverember. She goes on to the next one. It looks like to one of the fighters, and he's a dwarf. And over here is Ambassador Conrad Bron Anvil. He was once a former king of Mithrahal and has come as an ambassador from them to act as the Lord's Alliance delegate for the dwarves of the north. And Bron Anvil doesn't even give you a nod. He's just staring at you, and he looks like you guys pissed in his Cheerios or something like that. But he's definitely not happy to see you guys. Or maybe he just...
I smile at him.
Maybe he's just having a bad day in general. And
Not cool.
over here is Marshal Ulda Ravengard. He is the leader of the Flaming Fist from Baldur's Gate. And there's a male man there's a man sitting there, and his arms are crossed over his chest, and he's looking at you guys. He's older and he's wearing armor. It looks like his armor is not just for show, that he actually knows what he's doing. And he gives you like a little bit of a nod, and he says, "Well met, adventurers." And when he says adventurers, you see the other male on his side that's wearing armor. He hears that, and he kind of perks up, and he's like, Lady Haventree, I will introduce myself. I am Sir Astevel, and I represent the might of Cormyr, including the Purple Dragon Knights, which I am a part of. I too was an adventurer like you lot. I was glad to see that the career hasn't died, and we still have brave men willing to do the good that this realm needs.
Well met.
And there's like a guy next to him, and he's like kind of looks like he's thinking about something, and he has a book open in front of him, and he's dressed in wizard's robes, and he's like, "Oh yes, and finally over there is Tern Hornblade. Some call him Thunderspells. He has definitely earned his nickname, I'm sure." And Tern Hornblade looks up from his book, and he's like, "Oh yes, I'm interested to hear about your exploits. Please, now that introductions are done, turn it over to Lord Neverember." Lord Neverember sits up from his seat, and he says, "Right. Well, we've had enough time to think about what is going on and to hear about the different things and comings and goings. Where should we start?" And then you hear a couple people like, "Oh, no, talk about the towns being sacked," and the others like, "Oh, the Flying Castle, of course." And you see Lady Ramalia or Lady Haventree kind of just sitting back and kind of taking it all in, and she's not joining in the yelling. And finally, Lord Neverember puts his hands up, like, "Right, okay. Made a mistake to ask you what we should talk of first. Please, now that our guests of honor are here, perhaps they can share with us what they know."
Okay, yeah. I'd stand up. Can I stand towards like the middle of the room? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
stand up as well.
Okay.
Okay. So
Where should we begin?
Okay, yeah. You're taking the lead. Okay.
You mentioned towns being sacked. We were present at one of them, the sack of Greenest. Fought in its defense.
That's right, they did, and they did a great job. And Onthar's behind you, like, giving you praise.
Afterwards, we tracked what we at the time thought were raiders to their encampment, where they were encamped, and discovered them to be forces of a cult. A dragon
Cult. No, cult. You see Bron Anvil's muttering angrily under his breath.
Can I do
what?
an investigation check to see if he's angry at the mention of a cult, or like he doesn't agree that there is a cult, or if that he's angry at the cult?
That would probably be an insight check, actually.
Yeah,
which
it would.
is what I said.
Oh, I thought you said investigation.
No. Do it
So
inside.
can I do? Okay.
Try to gauge.
S-
All right.
16.
All right. 16. Erevan rolled a 13. So, Florestan, you kind of get the notion that there's something particular pissing him off, and it may or may not be you guys, but it seems to just be he's just angry at one thing, but he's in a mood for everything else. Like he doesn't want to hear everything else.
All right.
Can I turn to him? And in Dwarvish, I'll say to him, my friend, there is a cult. It is real. We have been fighting it for months, and they seem to never grow weaker.
I speak the common tongue. I don't need you to tell me in my own language. Speak plainly in front of the rest of the group.
Oh, he's a dick.
Well, as I was saying, we found them to be a cult, a dragon cult, worshipping Tiamat, which in retrospect should have been clear early considering the large number of kobolds and half-dragons among their ranks. We trailed them from there north into the Mere of Dead Men, where they had a fortification set up in an abandoned castle. And from there, via a portal, to the... Okay, I can never remember the name of these mountains.
Grey Peak.
Grey Peak.
Grey Peak, to the Grey Peak Mountains, where we managed to discover their... a major base of operations of theirs, a floating castle, which they had seized from the cloud giant Blagothkus.
And as you say Blagothkus, the doors swing open, and in strolls in this wild-looking elf, and he has like some armor, but you also notice he carries a staff, and he like kind of strolls in, and he's looking down his nose at everyone, and he says,
Sorry I am late.
Where were you? As he goes off to his seat, and he sits down, and everyone's kind of looking at him, and Lady Haventree's like,
Yes, this is King Melandrach from the Misty Forest. He represents the Lord's Alliance delegate for the elves of both the Misty Forest and High Forest. Thank you for attending, King Melandrach.
and he gives like a very like slight like smile and nod, and you see that he's kind of warmer to Haventree, and then composes himself as he looks around snootily down his nose at the rest of you.
Please, Erevan, continue. What you said there, the castle in the sky, the one that is right outside the city right now.
Yes.
And
we managed to...
Oh, excuse me.
sorry.
Go ahead, please.
Sorry. We managed to we discovered that the cult was not entirely united, but did have internal divisions between factions, and managed to make contact with one cultist who was of significant local influence, who was dissatisfied with the major cult leader who we had been pursuing for this time, one Resmir the Black. We allied with her, and she was able to smuggle us onto the castle. There, we also allied ourselves...
Excuse me. Resmir the Black, you say, and what she happened to be a dragon mask wearer?
And you see that Hornblade, the wizard, is trying to get your attention.
She was, yes.
A dragon mask wearer. I've heard of these. They're magical items that must be destroyed before they bring Tiamat back to life.
And Lord Neverember is like, that won't happen. Those are just fables. Please, Ambassador of Braunanvil, the man is speaking. And Hornblade, the wizard, is kind of like,
yes, okay, let me make some notes. Oh, do continue.
And he's scribbling some notes as you get your
on board
place
the castle, we also managed to ally ourselves with that Blagothkus. He had been forced into compliance as the cult had abducted his children.
Wait a second, who's Blagothkus?
The cloud giant who owns the castle.
What?
And then Anthar gives a whistle. He's like, I told you these guys were the right bunch. Bringing a cloud giant as an ally. And
Yes.
Anthar's like backing you up. And you do see that you've gotten a couple of the more like ones who were kind of yawning and not paying attention. Now all eyes are turned to you.
As I was saying, he is presently in the castle. We would have brought him, but we didn't think it was a good idea to bring a cloud giant through the city.
Ah, you think?
At any rate, we managed to forge an alliance with him, discovering that unfortunately his children had already been killed by the cult, and so he had no reason to remain compliant. With our allies from the rival faction of the cult, we assassinated Rezmir the Black.
Yes, all right. And there's some clapping and then you see Hornblade is like taking notes. He stops for a second and you see him like draw a line through one of his notes and then goes back to scribbling. And Anthar's like, oh yeah, see, these guys know what they're doing. And then a couple other people are kind of starting to pay you more attention and not be so suspicious of you.
Yes, at this point I must report a regrettable fact. At the time, we were not fully aware of the importance of this Black Dragon mask. It was the price of the aid of the rival faction of the cult, without whom we would not have been able to reach the castle and assassinate Rezmir. With luck, based on our interactions with her, we believe the local leader, Talus the White, is likely to prove a future ally and is not interested in bringing Tiamat to this world. However, she now possesses the Black Dragon mask. I do, however, have...
I'm sorry. You say she possesses the Black Dragon mask and not you lot?
Yes.
And you see a couple of the fighters that are like, and the guys in the armor are like, what the hell? And then you see Hornblade's taking his notes, and King Melandrach, who came in late, he's like,
See? Can't trust anything in the hands of people who have their blood sullied by human weakness. To think that you would hand over such a powerful artifact to the enemy.
Had we not,
He is not the enemy.
struck that deal, we never would have reached the castle in the first place.
Additionally, may I add, Lee stands up, she is not the enemy. She is a member of the cult who wishes to take it in a different direction that is just as beneficial to our plans as destroying the cult outright.
You say she's a member of the cult and you just handed her the mask right back? What's wrong
Yes,
with you?
because she does not wish to pursue the necromantic desires of the rest of the cult. She wishes to change it. It is better to
Antharis
have
are a
it
bunch of
inside us.
knuckleheads.
Would you prefer that we had not struck the deal, and that we had simply permitted Rezmir to escape entirely?
I don't remember when making deals with enemies was proper etiquette. Perhaps you can talk to one of these two about playing nice with others. And
It's
Anthar
not playing
kind of,
nice, it is playing politics. You, of all people, should know that.
politics.
Indeed.
And he-
One does not strike deals with their allies. Allies are already interested in the same goals as you. Only an enemy can be... One must strike deals with enemies. A wise man once said, a good compromise is one in which all parties walk away at least partially unsatisfied.
and you
I
see,
believe all parties walked away partially unsatisfied from that.
you see the ranger kind of takes your words in, and he says, they are right. Balance must be struck, and it's not always that enemies and allies cannot be one and the same when the threat is too high, or when the threat is high enough to call for it. And they stop, and Lord Neverember's looking at you, and it kind of quiets down for a second, and he says, is there anything else you would like to add?
I want to know what you plan on doing.
Well, yes. Also, after killing Rezmir, we acquired her magical greatsword, which appears to be sentient, and also some form of
What?
specter.
You didn't give that back to the cult either?
As I said, in a compromise, everyone walks away at least partially unsatisfied.
Well, to answer your question, what was your name? And he's pointing to you, Floristan.
My name's Floristan.
To answer your question, Floristan, we are precisely meeting for that very purpose, to figure out what are we going to do about this, if there is such a need for us to convene, and if the threat is as much as you say it is, or as Lady Heaventree has been telling us about, then that's why we are here now to talk.
Well, look, I don't need to convince you what the threat is. I mean, you've seen Greenest. You're talking about all of these villages being sacked. One thing that Aravan didn't say was we know the region where they're making their moves. We know the whereabouts the leaders of this cult are and what they plan on doing. So I'm submitting that this group of the 5 of us at least go take a look at it. But we could really use some backup if you guys want to start putting together some people to help us, because I mean, we're not here to argue with you. We're gonna go do this, but you really need to start taking this seriously.
Floristan.
Well, I can assure you we are taking this seriously, which is why we've brought to everyone from around the area and all the Lord's Alliance delegates to see.
I mean, that's not really the point I was trying to make. We need to take action is what I was trying to say, and we know where to point the action.
And Lady Haventree kind of speaks up and from your side, and she's like, yes, these men have been pivotal in turning the tide against the cult and been a continual thorn in their side. Not only have they killed Rezmir, but they also encountered the dragon hatchery where the cult of the dragon was hatching eggs.
Ah, that's true. We recovered 3 eggs from it.
And what became of the hatchery?
Do you mean the physical location or the eggs?
Well, the eggs, of course, and also if the hatchery was left to its own devices, or did you destroy it, perhaps?
It had already been destroyed in the sense that the eggs were removed and the cult had fled the area. As for the eggs, we took care of them. They are disposed of, you might say.
And you hear one of the guys off to the side is like, "What does he mean, Lady Heaventree? What do they mean when they say disposed of the eggs?" And
They are no longer in the cult's hands. That is all that matters.
she kind of rubs her hands for a second, and you see she's kind of wringing her hands a little bit, and she's like, yes, well, they sold the eggs on the black market. And you see like two guys like pull back from the table, like, look, how can we work with these men? And you see the dwarf Braun Anvil just starts laughing. He's and Anthar's like, oh well, they must have had a good reason or something. I mean, yeah, what? Why would you guys do that?
Specifically, Lee sold the eggs on the black market.
Oh my.
Yes, we needed funds to equip ourselves enough to handle the cult.
Oh,
Perhaps if
gentlemen.
you would like to sponsor us going forward, we will not need to make such difficult moral decisions. As it is, they are with people that you might consider allies of mine, to a certain degree, and more importantly, they are no longer with the cult. For that, you are welcome.
To be fair, we were somewhat in an odd position. These were not small eggs. They were large eggs, quite large eggs, too large to carry around long term. We had nowhere to store them. The choice was between destroying them and selling them.
Would you have these men just run around destroying everything that is born naturally? These were dragon eggs with no inherent evil. You see that it's the ranger kind of talking in your favor, and he's like, just because they are dragon eggs does not mean you go around smashing them. I have some particular chromatic dragons that do not exhibit any signs of violence towards others, and merely want to hunt like all the other animals in the realm. And
He just sort of gestures like, "There you go. That's what I was talking about." Yeah.
you see, like Lord Neverember is taking it all into account. He doesn't seem to be as mad as the others, but definitely the dwarf and the other elf that came in late, the king of the Misty Forest, King Melindrak. He has like a look of disdain at you, like.
Here's one more thing that might be of interest to you all. Considering how much reasonable interest you have in politics, the Red Wizards of Thay appear to be associated with the cult.
Yes, Red Wizards of Thay. Yes, I was just about to ask about that, and the wizard Hornblade is scribbling. He's like, oh, please, do go on. They have been spotted with members of the cult. Did you figure out why they are with them and what they are offering, what kind of help?
We're not entirely sure. We killed one red wizard, although he may have been relatively low ranking.
Do you know his name?
Yes, we
Notes,
do.
His name was Asbar Jos.
Okay. Oh, I think that was the one on the. He was spotted on the caravan leaving from Waterdeep. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. There was another on the castle. We thought we killed him, but it turned out to merely be a simulacrum.
That's a simulacrum is like a kind of a host where something other guys like, yes, we know, I've heard of that. Let him go and go on with it. So you say you only killed the simulacrum and didn't actually kill this other one? What was his name again?
Do we have
His name was Coward. He fled before we had the chance. Don't worry, we will try again.
You see Hornblade stop from his notes and is like, no, I don't think Coward was his name. Was it wasn't Modar, was it? A Rathmodar?
That sounds right.
Yes.
Yes.
That's correct.
Rathmodar is a considerably high-ranking Red Wizard of Thay. This is some interesting news. To think that Rathmodar would be working with the cult is unheard of. I mean, they have their own problems in Thay and getting their power from the Lich, but to do this with the cult, I wonder what could be the cause.
What else is of note?
Well,
What else is of note?
Grimith is going to stand up and pull out the Beyond the Iron Gates book that's written in Infernal and say, well, we are unsure exactly why the wizards are cooperating with them or the reasons, but I have this book that outlines summoning Tiamat from the Nine Hells, found in Resmir's room. And I'll
You see Hornblade, his hands are like outstretched, like gimme.
It's written in Infernal. Can any of you read Infernal?
Here, over here, me over here.
I will give it to Hornblade.
And you see everyone else is just like I'm not taking that book. It looks like it's made out of like the leather is some kind of weird skin. And there's like
What else?
markings.
What
I
else
believe
happened
that the
this
wizards may be aiding to summon Tiamat with their arcane energies, but there's no evidence towards it.
Well, this is interesting. Oh yes, and you see him looking through it, and he's completely engrossed in the book. And
What else?
Lord Neverember turns and he's like, the good lady Heaventree was the ones who brought us together, and I thank you, Lady Heaventree, for
bringing us all here, even in your time of grief. Those of you who do not know, Lady Heaventree's husband was assassinated right here in Waterdeep. Arthagast Oldbrenter was a masked lord of Waterdeep and a true friend and benefactor of all of us, and you know that he was a good man, and to have this happen under our watch was no doubt from the Cult of the Dragon. There were signs and markings of their assassins. So we have brought together this council, and we are here to discuss what must be done next against this Cult of the Dragon before they continue. And you see everyone kind of looking at him and waiting for him to say more. And he's like, "We have heard what these adventurers have had to say. Let us take a moment to ponder this. We will reconvene here back in 10 to 15 minutes, and we will speak about what actions we must do next. Please, everyone, you can find refreshments outside, but do not wander too far, and we'll meet back here in 10. And as he says that, we'll also meet back here in 10 in IRL.
Oh.
5-10 minutes. Let's take a
How immersive.
how immersive. That's right. All right, go take your breaks, and then we'll meet back here in a little bit.
Give me
Okay.
that's where we'll wrap up this episode too.
I think that went pretty well.
Dad,
What?
Yeah, so far.
give me that's where we'll wrap up this episode.
I don't know.
Oh, so that's where we'll wrap up this episode, and next time we'll find out what the council has decided after hearing your story. All right,
Yeah.
be back.
I think that went pretty well. I'm surprised they accepted my bullshit about a wise man once said a good compromise is where.
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, a friend or an enemy of my enemy is my friend,
That works too.
Yeah.
or something like a deal was made and a deal was kept. That's all that there is to it.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't like that
This
elf.
guy's thing.
My character really doesn't like that elf. But he's
Yeah, I
holding
know.
it together.
Can we just attack him? You think we're strong enough? You think that might hurt our case?
And have fun
I had enough of
talking
your
to
bullshit,
Hornblade.
pal.
Are we not going to play out the intermission where we're all in the?
I assume we'll play out the intermission when we get back.
Okay.
Because I intend to go up to whoever was most high ranking and seemed to be on our side and petition them to help equip us
Yeah, that's
with
the
perhaps some winged boots, among other things.
that's the good question: is who do we want to buddy up to, or do we divide and conquer?
Well,
I intend to approach someone from
who's
the Lords
liking us so
Alliance
far?
who is not the elf
I
guy.
didn't catch half the names because he was saying them too quick.
Yeah, I figured he was
Write 'em
gonna,
down.
I figured he would send them at some point. I
Yeah,
had a few, but
Amelia-
I gave up after a while.
Remelia Heaventree is
Yeah.
she's the Harper's leader,
yeah,
which Florestan has an end with. in
Yes,
the
I do.
long, but I am
yeah.
really
And
afraid to let you
Florestan,
loose
guess
on
what?
her.
She's available.
I was like, so
I'm really hesitant to let you loose on her.
Just
the
recently widowed. Yeah.
Winterhound
I mean, that's
seems
the perfect one. She needs
Let's
comfort.
see, yeah,
in
there's
her time of
Delon
pain.
Winterheld.
Winterhound.
He's leader of Emerald Enclave, or Ranger.
Yeah,
he-
we don't really have a good fit for him. I don't think. I think he's kind of. I don't think we need to waste our time with him.
Who in our party is neutral?
Grimmith is true neutral.
You're the one.
Yeah, but
I'm
I'd
the
rather
one
have
with-
Grimmith work on. I'd rather have him work on Hornblade.
Is
Yes.
that the scholar guy?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the wizard that so happily took the book to read,
Yeah.
and he's
I feel
probably reading it on this 10-minute intermission.
oh yeah. I think you two will have a good bond there, and having a powerful wizard on our side is never a bad idea.
Plus, I can learn a thing or two.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I
There
could
is
go up to
never
Never
ever.
Ember. Yeah. He seemed pretty, like, decent.
Yeah, he seems like he's a good fit for you, and I'm sure he's loaded with cash, so that's never a bad thing.
Yeah, under no circumstances should I go anywhere near King whatever. King Elf.
King asshole.
Melendrak.
Because we're going to get into a philosophical discussion about whether my blood is tainted with human blood or elf blood. And that will not go well.
There's no time for this. Cult of the Dragon approaches.
There's no time for the cult. We must argue.
What?
Could you list out all the names again? Because
No.
you said them pretty quick.
I know.
I only got like half of them.
Don't worry. I'm gonna. I plan to. I was like creating a
Are you
list
gonna make
of
like
everything.
a little handout?
I
There were
was,
like,
but
how many people were there for the Order of the Gauntlet? Not the Order of the Gauntlet. The Lord's Alliance alone. Because I know you said King
There
Melendrak.
were like 3. There was
Yeah.
King
Marshall.
Elf guy was from the Lord's Alliance. And I know that there was at least one other Lord's Alliance person before that.
There
Lord,
was Ambassador Conrad.
Yeah, Ambassador
Bramandel,
Conrad.
The dwarf.
and then Lord Neverember leads the Lord's Alliance, and then
And then
King Melendrak.
King Melendrak,
Mm-hmm.
the Misty Woods guy.
And then
It's also
somebody else, I
the
think.
delegate.
Yeah, he's the delegate from the dwarves. King Melendrak was delegate for the elves. Let's see who else is Lord's Alliance. I think that might be
There's
it.
Neverember as well,
Mm-hmm.
leader. I think
Out
that
of
was it.
character, Dan.
Did Hornblade?
Since I'm from Neverwinter and a noble family, would he know about like me?
If you, I mean, if
Wait, what?
whatever your
You
family
were
name.
from a noble family. You worked
Yeah.
for a noble family, I thought.
Yeah, I thought you
well,
worked for one.
no, I did.
The
I
He doesn't know
did.
the
Keyshays or
help.
something.
Get over yourself.
Like it's the Ledouches, and they were the super corrupt and like really bad. But I mean, I don't know how prominent you want to make them or whatever. But just the thing.
Well, I
I'm
don't
from
know. Would
there.
you want to?
Oh,
would
where
you want
were
to
they?
be
Were
connected
they-
to them?
No, yeah, I guess I would for like the name.
Yeah.
Florista and Ledouche.
Hornblade didn't say where he was from.
Who was the guy who said he was a former adventurer?
That
Oh,
was
that's
Sir Eastival, one of the fighters, one of the paladins. He was the one from Cormyr.
he was a Lord's Alliance member, right? is he just-
No, he's not technically a member of the Lord's Alliance,
Okay.
Who's he representing?
but he's kind of the representative for Daggerford.
Daggerford.
And then the purple,
Lord.
and he's a purple Dragon Knight of Cormyr, so he's also connected to Cormyr as well.
This is a lot of lore to keep track of.
There's a lot of.
Oh, believe me, this is my head spinning too. So
I may have to open up the PDF just to look at all these names, if that's okay.
how dare you?
And
Do you have a scorecard, Dan?
draw a diagram.
What is this card of scoring you speak of?
I'm
It's a magic. It's a common magical item. You see.
Ah, yes. Yes, I have all that.
Okay.
And what I was planning on doing, usually we haven't done back-to-back games in a while, but what I was planning on doing is I'm gonna make kind of a visual to make it easier. So it will have everyone's names, their faction, and then if they have a picture, then I'll put the picture on there. But only like 2 or 3 of them do, and then I was thinking maybe for the others I'll add them in later. But this way you guys can actually see who you're talking to and have that like listed out a little bit easier. So don't worry too much about get like your notes of, you know, how this guy or girl is to us more than their name, description, all that, because I'm gonna break that out for you.
Okay.
But,
Thanks.
Yeah, but Roll20 was giving me some heartache this morning. For some reason, when I was creating text boxes, it would like free camera move as I was moving my mouse around. It's really annoying.
It's
So,
because of all that. It's because of all that mercury in your wedding ring.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that the screen wasn't moving. It was just in my mind. All right, so everyone's here. We're all back.
Think
Right.
so?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So when last we left our heroes, they were speaking to the Council of Waterdeep. They sprung Lee from the jail, even after he had a small skirmish with some 9 Golden Swords thugs. They attended the Council of Waterdeep, where they met with all different leaders from different factions around the area, where they talked to these council members, pleaded their case, told them the dangers that the Cult of the Dragon presents, and took a small recess to ponder over their words, and then bring them back in to talk about what would be done next. So
Now, during the recess,
Mhm.
sorry,
Yeah,
I
go
wanna
ahead.
jump in. Before they come back from recess, Lee wants to approach whoever he thinks looks the richest that was seemed to be on their side.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think
who's
we
that?
all kind of felt like we
I'll
wanted
pick
to
one.
approach someone during the recess.
Yeah.
You see that during the recess, most people are keeping their distance from you. Sir Istival is the one that used to be an adventurer, and he kind of saunters his way over and is talking to you guys and trying to strike up some conversation about, oh, what are you carrying, and oh, what do you use for your side weapon, and what kind of shield is that? And he's talking to you guys and really interested in just kind of the adventuring aspect more than the major events.
I throw my loot in front of his face.
Ah, this is
Look.
cool. What is this?
It's a loot. Look, and I play him a song.
Oh, that kind of loot.
Yeah, I had the same thought.
I'm like, what are you giving him? What?
He's going to go over his poison dagger, explain the concept, adding the chain to it. It gives him reach. It's a weapon he's familiar with.
Yeah, but
poison.
my
Isn't,
loot though.
isn't that a woman's weapon?
Yes.
No, poison is for anyone you want to get the drop on. It is about maximizing your advantages.
Yeah, I have this great sword which I took off of Resmir.
Oh, is that the
It's-
one you said speaks or is sentient?
Yeah, it's kind of extremely evil.
Hold it for a second. You will have a chance to talk to it.
Oh,
I did that
no.
before.
I will
Okay,
do no such thing. I partied with a guy once that he too had a sentient sword, and let's just say it didn't end well for either of us.
See, interesting.
In
Anyway,
what way? Because I'm actually
So-
kind of concerned about this great sword.
Well, I didn't want to go into detail, but when a sword makes your party member go crazy and you must defend yourself, then I can only tell you that the sword may give you some extra power, but is still doesn't make up for years of training and prowess at swordsmanship. So I don't know what got into him, but he attacked us one night, and we unfortunately had to kill our friend.
I assume he was not a paladin, though, who could have extra training to resist such measures, yes?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I am a paladin.
But I mean, your friend was not, correct? He was not able to steel his mind against the effects of an evil weapon the way a paladin, such as yourself.
Well, now that you mention it, that is true. Although we tried to give him the teachings of Lathander as much as we could, he was really always against it. But once he got the sword, he did start speaking as if he read the scripture, but not in the same way that we look on it with reverence, but more of looking on it with hate.
I see, but still,
Well, my
it
thoughts
makes
towards
sense.
Aminater have not changed since I picked up this blade.
Ah, that is good. Good to hear.
Anyway,
So,
as wonderful as most of our equipment is, we are a little bit lacking. There are a few items we need that would assist us in.
Oh, well, look, they're
Pursuing
calling
this
us
mission
back into
further.
the chambers. Let us go in then, gentlemen.
Just real quick. Hold on 1 second. There's a shop.
Lee.
I need you to.
Let it
There was a
go.
little incident today, but I
Let it
need
go.
to.
You
Real
feel
quick, I just
feel like
assumed-
Braum and Aravan like kind of pulling you away from him as you're trying to like plead your case.
Lee, we can
So as
sell
soon as-
my diamond and maybe that'll.
as soon as
I want
As they
an
started talking
asshole
about
to
equipment and
realize
stuff.
we are really part of with Council of Waterdeep. I want council member to walk down there and tell them. I want those boots for this man
Lee,
who is
the
working with.
council is secret. Did you not figure that out yet?
Okay, fine. Lord Neverwinter then, or well, no, Never Ember. He can go. That is good enough for me. I want to rub that dog's face in
I
it
will
and realize
slap you.
he was.
Calm down.
哎呀，我
So-
怎么也呀，把我气死了。
As soon as he came over and started talking about equipment, I will be leaving the conversation and sauntering up to Hornblade and striking up a conversation with him if he's not busy reading that book.
Okay. Also, Grimmett, there's something that you noticed that I just whispered to you. So, but after you kind of break away from him, who do you go to talk to?
Hornblade, the wizard.
Hornblade the wizard. Okay.
The one who's so eager to read something written in Infernal.
Yeah, you see that he's been thumbing through the pages of the Infernal book, and he looks up and he's like, yes, a fellow caster, I see.
Yes.
What did you learn from this
I
book?
just wanted to give a formal introduction. We haven't really formally introduced.
Yes, and he gives you
My
like
name
a
is-
weird left-handed shake where he just kind of grabs your left hand, squeezes it, and then goes back to reading the book. This is remarkable. What did you glean from it?
Well, I don't naturally speak Infernal, so I could only glean basic information from it. I had to use arcane means to read the book.
Oh, right. Then, well, it's always important to be able to see what you're about to grab and pick up, I suppose.
Yes.
Nothing a
yes.
spell can't fix, right?
I missed which faction you were part of.
Well, I represent Silvery Moon.
Silvery Moon.
Yes,
Never heard of that faction before.
it is
I
a
think that's
city.
Oh,
Yes.
city. I guess would I know where it is?
You've never heard
Or
of
would I know that
Silvery
it
Moon?
wasn't
Why?
that it's a city?
That is interesting. Okay. I don't know if I've met many people. I suppose you haven't wandered around the north then.
No, I've stuck most to the south. You see, I'm a traveling merchant by trade. And obviously, now I'm an adventurer, which has
Lovely.
been very rewarding.
Oh, look, they're calling us back in.
Yes.
Let us
yes.
speak more inside. And he
Let's
goes in,
let's
and
go.
you guys file in, and kind of settles for a minute, and then you notice that there's somebody new at the council, and give me a second. My windows. All right, somebody new is here at the council, and she. Hold on.
It sounds like Floristan's job. Da, 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 da.
Right?
She is she's also dressed in magician or wizard robes, magician. And she's a human female, and she looks to be very kind of regal looking. So she kind of has an air of authority about her, but in this particular room, you see that because everyone probably outranks her or whatnot, she's her kind of what's it called? Like her countenance is softening a bit. Like she's not, she doesn't need to look down on these people because these are her superiors. But either way, she is holding her own amongst all the leaders of the factions, and she's standing in the center as you guys all file in, and Lord Neverim is like, yes, this is Lady Lahera Silverhand, and she has something that she would like to share that is pertinent to the council. Please, Lady Silverhand, you have the floor. And Lady Silverhand pauses for a second, and oh, sorry, not Silverhand. This is I got the wrong person. My bad.
On Silverhand now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to describe her on a scale of 1 to 10.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, make a perception. Sorry, this is Lady Silmerhelve, not Lady Silverhand. So,
Silmer.
Silver helm.
Silmerhelve.
Oh, Silver.
That's why I got it. Sorry, it was very kind of close when you read it quickly. This is Lady Dala Silmerhelve. She is from right here in Waterdeep, and she has something to share with the council. Lady Silmerhelve, please, you have the floor. And Lady Silmerhelve turns to everyone, and she pauses for a second, and she says,
I'm sure some of you have noticed the disturbance in the air recently.
and a couple nods, and then Brom's still kind of rubbing his temple a little bit, and he gives a nod. But you see that there's like 3 or 4 people in the room that are kind of looked confused. And she says,
Yes, well, this disturbance that's been sensed all across the Sword Coast is known as the Drakhorn.
and with that, Sir Istavel kind of pops up, and you see Hornblade also, like he actually completely stops jotting notes, and he looks up, and
It's like, the Drakhorn, is it true? And she says, yes, it is an ancient device whose sounding alerts dragons across Faerun that great events are unfolding. It's impossible to say what the sounding means, but the dragons can hear it clearly, and they will eventually answer its call.
and Braun Anvil, he says,
What do you mean? Answer its call. What kind of dragons?
and Lady Silmerhelve says,
Why, all the dragons, not only the chromatic, but also the metallic too. All dragons hear it.
the druid, or like the elf, King Melindrak, he's looks down from his nose a little bit, and he's like,
So you say that the Drakhorn is calling all the dragons, and where would they be calling them to?
and Lady Silmerhelve says,
Why, that's what we must find out. If they are being called, and if this cult of the dragon is on the rise, then perhaps they are in possession of this Drakhorn. It's a item of immense power. All dragons must answer its call, regardless of their color.
Must answer their call by going to this location, I take it.
Yes, that is what the true nature of the horn is for. In times of danger, the dragons can hear it clearly and come to its aid.
Lord Neverember looks at you guys, and he says, is this something that you guys have encountered in your travels?
No.
Yeah, I have no familiarity with this.
And Lady Haventree, what do you know of this?
And Lady Haventree says, This is the first I've heard of it. We do not know about this Drakhorn.
Interesting. And you, King Melindrak, you say that you are familiar with this item?
Yes, I have some familiarity with it. And she speaks the truth. Dragons must answer its call. But if it is in the hands of the cult of the dragon, then perhaps they are using it for nefarious purposes. What, I don't know, but everyone must answer the call regardless of what color they are.
Sir
If
S.
there's that many dragons being summoned, surely someone will have spotted them in transition, and we can track their destination.
And then Sir Esteval is like, well, if it's dragons that are coming, then we can take them down, I'm sure. Well, I have no problem fighting a dragon. Fought plenty in my past.
Fighting one dragon is one thing, but this sounds like we're talking about Hundreds, thousands of. How many dragons are there?
Hey, put your sword back in its sheath, Sir Esteval. This is not that kind of fight. You'd go rushing forth by yourself. Finally, these adventurers speak the truth. Or speak some sense.
Lady Silmerhealth, thank you very much for your information. Please, escort her out. Allow us. We will speak of this. And if you have anything else, any other information to give us, please
Hang
let
on,
us
I have
know.
a question. How did you hear about it? How do you know? What are your credentials? What are
Lady Silmerhell is kind of like getting escort, and she turns as you're like, I have a question, and she turns and she says,
My methods are my own. Please understand that I cannot reveal my sources.
and Lady Haventree kind of speaks up, and she's like,
Yes, we understand. We must sometimes keep our own secrets. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Silmerhelm. Thank you for this information.
and she's let out. And then when you ask that, you look back and you see that the dwarf and Onthar and one of the fighters, he's kind of like, they all wanted to, they were like leaning in when you asked that question, and they have kind of a sour look on their face, and the rest of the nobles are just like, yep, everyone keeps their secrets, but these three seem to be like, ugh. They're kind of like, not doesn't sit well with them. So, with the sounding of the Drakhorn, we must speak of what is next, what we must do to find out what this cult's plans are. You adventurers, you have been on the precipice of every encounter with them and their movements for the last couple of months. Where are they heading?
We know from, well, I don't know, but I think it was Grimmeth that was in the mind of the leader guy, and we know they were in the mountains, and we have the name of the place. I think I don't remember.
We know. We know that Verum the White is in the northern mountains.
Ah, that is good to know. And Lady Haventree, can you confirm this? And Lady Haventree says,
Yes, that is, I believe, where he was spotted before. Our last was at the northern mountains, but we do have new information that Verum the White could be on the move.
but what about the Drakhorn? Shouldn't we talk about that? And it's Hornblade from the corner, and he's like,
If it is the Drakhorn, and I'm sure we've all heard it, and
a couple nods, and then other people are like kind of shaking their heads no, and he's like,
well, no consequence, but we should focus on the Drakhorn, not this Verum the White. He's nothing compared to a magical item as powerful as this. Surely you all know that the Drakhorn was also last seen in the Sea of Moving Ice up north, way beyond the spine of the world, and over in where all the glaciers lay. That is where it's said to reside. Don't you know that? You know that?
Sounds like, yeah, we do.
It's the last known location of the Drakhorn. No,
well, now we
please,
know
I'm
that.
sure. You, a wizard, you would know that, do you not, from your studies? They are still teaching that, are they not?
It's calling you out, Brock.
Is anyone proficient in history?
Nope. I did not know that. I did not learn my wizarding ways from a school. I am self-taught.
Well, what
Years and years of practice.
What Hornblade says is true, and King Melonbranch is talking again. It was last known to be in the Sea of Moving Ice up north. but who knows if it is still there?
And Anthar speaks up and he says, well, if it's up there, then we should go up there and find it and get it out of the hands of the cult if that's what's going on. And Delan Winterhound, the ranger, half-elf ranger, stops and he says, getting up past the spine of the world, even further north than Icewind Dale, is no small feat.
Perhaps not normally, but Blagothkus desires revenge against the cult. He wishes to see the cult brought down and destroyed. I do not believe that he would be resistant to coming with us and allowing us to use his castle as transportation, so long as we are, in fact, moving against the cult.
What's that? Yeah. Blagothkus is the cloud giant. And then there's like, yes, right. You would use this giant to get up on the spine of the world. You trust him?
I see no reason not to. He certainly has a legitimate reason to hate the cult, and we avenged his children's death or more.
Look, I'm from Mithril and I take your words well, and if he is an ally, then that's great. But to send these men up into the sea of moving ice is suicide. Surely we have better information than just the sea of moving ice. And Hornblade is like, well, yes, we do. It is the last known location, but there is someone that could perhaps tell us more about it. I can only think of Macath the Crimson. I mean, he's a tiefling sorcerer, and sometimes a little eccentric, but no one alive knows more about it than her. Perhaps we could meet with her and also talk to her group, the Arcane Brotherhood. They could help us out. Maybe she would know. What do we know about the Arcane Brotherhood? Well, the Arcane Brotherhood operates separately, and they have not caused any harm as far as I've known. Does anyone else disagree? And a couple heads shake, and people like, never heard of them. But yeah, not that I know of. Well, then the Sea of Moving Ice is one path we can perhaps take. Lady Heavingtree, you said that you are locating Verum the White, and do you know if he is in possession of a dragon mask? Yes, I believe that he does still carry the dragon mask. What do you gentlemen know about what masks are in whose hands?
We do know that he was carrying the White Dragon mask, and he was the one we initially were attempting to remove the mask from in our alliance with Talus.
That's right. Talus.
So perhaps if we could retrieve that one, we can make a trade with Talus and get the Black Dragon mask in return. That is, after all, that is the mask she originally wished to be the possessor of.
And you would give this Talus the White 2 masks?
No, I say we trade. We give her white, we take back black. Is black stronger or no? I don't care. Is it maybe you want us to keep white instead? We can keep white instead.
Throw them in the forge, let them melt. Destroy them when you get them.
Agreed.
Or we could trade white for black, melt black. We'll get back to melting white.
Oh no! Please do not do that
others.
to the masks. No. We must study them. We cannot just melt everything down and destroy wondrous magic items.
I get a mixed message. Maybe you guys can figure out path you want us to take, and we can pursue that. In the meantime, have I mentioned that there is a shop that is very rude to its customer?
Lee, not the time.
Okay, we talk about that later.
Yeah, you're losing the crowd. These guys haven't shopped for themselves in years.
Look. Here's the point. Blagothkus desires the cult's destruction. You say that there may be an alternate source of information. Correct?
Yes, this Macath the Crimson, she would know. She had devoted her life study to the study of the Drakon.
And where is she?
Well, she, I believe, is up north, near Icewind Dale. If if memory serves correctly. But the Arcane Brotherhood is who she represents, or the group that she's a part of, and they would also perhaps have some answers for us.
And can we contact them?
Contact, yes. Well, I'm not sure if we have any contact with them at the moment, but I'm sure we could. We can definitely reach out in some fashion and get a hold of them.
Okay, so the question's this. Is it worth contacting the Arcane Brotherhood to try and locate this source of information before we go directly north?
I'm
Or
sorry.
should we simply go north?
I'm sorry. Repeat the question. I was reading.
Is it worth contacting the Arcane? It will take time to get in contact with the Arcane Brotherhood, but it sounds like the location that we would have to search without the information would be extremely large. So it sounds like our best option is to contact the Arcane Brotherhood, get this information, find this source of information, and then go after the Drakhorn.
Yes, that sounds reasonable. And one of the other guys, well, I mean, if you're going after Drakhorn, then that's great. But what if this Varum the White? We let this other leader of the cult slip through our fingers?
No, we go after Varum. If we want information on the cult, it's best to come from a source that's high ranking within it.
Do we...
I might have missed the line. Where's Varum supposed to be at?
Aram's
Not up there also?
on the move.
Yeah, he's on the move.
I don't have it written down where, but
So,
We don't know where Varum the White is. If we did, I'm sure that it would
That's what I
be
thought.
worth
Yes,
striking
but
at.
we do have very good intel that he will be at a certain location, or that he was traveling towards a particular location, and I believe we would be able to get the drop on him.
which location is that? Is it perhaps on the way north?
I believe it is not on the way.
I have to open up a map. Wait, I have to open up a map of the Sword Coast because I can't keep track of all these places.
The Sea of
Grimmett
Moving
pulls out
Ice
a map
is
and
literally like
gives it
the
to-
cult is like the furthest north we can go. Like it's the furthest north we can go.
where? Oh, Mirror Bar?
Yeah, it's all the way on the north end of the map.
Yeah, there's the Endless Ice Sea where the Drakhorn was last known of its whereabouts.
Now, I am not perhaps the most intelligent member of party, but I would say it makes sense to me if there is one person on the move and we only know their location for a limited time, perhaps that should be the priority.
I
Perhaps
agree.
while we are addressing that, someone else can reach out to this other group to get a more specific location for us to then head north to after we have encountered Varum with this limited opportunity we have been given.
Any information would be helpful, but I don't know if how helpful it will be for long. It is called the Sea of Moving Ice.
Do they build castle on ice? I don't imagine they move on ice. The ice is move, yes. It's like passing by while you sit on land, no?
I don't know, but I agree with you that Varum should be our priority.
So where are
That
we
is-
ambushing Varum?
Well, that information I will give you once we've decided on our course of action.
We have decided on this course of action. So now, where is Varum?
Have we not? Is there any dissent? Is there anyone who believes we should go directly for the Drakhorn?
Well, if the
I don't know.
Drakhorn is
We
in
are
the hands
hot-
of the cult,
I mean-
then I believe we should wrest it from them. And
That's King Malandrach, and Hornblade is like, yes, the Drakhorn is.
You guys are not adventurers. We are not talking to you. This is a decision between our party members.
No.
Those of
we
us
are-
who are
No,
actually
no,
going
no,
to-
no, no, no.
Those of
Shut
us
up,
who are
Lee.
actually going to put our life online, I think
Shut
we
up,
get to
Lee.
make that decision.
Shut up, Lee.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of dirty looks, especially from
We are
some of
definitely
the
talking to
fighters.
them. We definitely want input from them.
They can buy input with equipment
No,
and gold.
No.
Now, let me tell you about the shop.
Lee.
I still think we should make decision. They can give input, okay, but ultimate decision is us. It is our life on the line.
Lee, you are
We're all
talking to
making
rulers.
decisions right now.
Lee, you are talking to representatives from powerful factions in the region. Rulers
Who need
of
our
cities
help?
and their
Who need our
delegates.
help? Do not sell yourself short, my friend. We are the sparks of the revolution. We are the heroes of Green Nest. We are the adventurers who will destroy this cult because we are badass.
Yeah. And then Anthar like starts a clap, and then no one else claps, and then he sits
No, I
back
join
down.
him. I join him.
I point at him like that's what I'm talking about right there. Yep.
Oh God. God.
And
please.
Lady Haventree is like,
Yes, please excuse my friends, but they are right. Their decision is ultimately theirs of where they will go. Perhaps, Master Hornblade, you will find a way to reach out to the Arcane Brotherhood, and I can send these men off to capture Varum the White.
and you hear Conrad Braunamble like, capture. Better to just kill him.
Well, surely it's better to capture him. We can kill him after we capture him.
And one of the fighters next to him is like, you do know Varum's been reported to be a dwarf, right? And then Braunamble like softens a little bit. He's like, well, dwarf or Durgar? Dwarf. Well, perhaps bringing him in for some questioning would be the proper course of action then.
Yeah.
I
mean,
say
he
you
allows
kill
it.
the filthy
information from
thing.
him.
Kill him while he wears the white dragon mask and wrench it from his dead corpse.
King Melonbratch, that's pretty descriptive. I think that should the opportunity arise to capture a leader of the dragon cult, then we will take it. But these men are the ones going into the field, and they can make that judgment when the time comes.
Well, we have a party that just likes to kill everybody for no reason, so we'll see what happens.
He will be brought back in.
Okay,
questioning.
Florisan, please stop. Please stop giving crap for that. They were
He will be-
vampires. Come on.
Erevan?
Mm-hmm.
I agree that capturing him and questioning him is the best course of action.
Well, these are the heroes of Greenus, and if they kill the guy, they kill him.
Well, no, we can learn a lot from him. We don't have to simply kill all of our enemies.
We will make attempt to take him alive, but
Yes,
we
but-
will not make promise. That is that simple.
It's not always easy to take a hostile enemy alive, especially when they themselves are quite powerful. And if he's anywhere near as powerful as Resme the Black was, it certainly will be difficult.
Even though we did capture her, I don't know how she ended up dead. I forget what happened with that.
That's a good question.
It was mystery. Scientists have yet to agree.
Braum gives Floristan like the look.
Look,
That's
that
like
was
all Brom
different.
does. That's all Brom does. Have to give everyone the
Erevan
look.
has a history of killing people for no reason. Erevan is such a
Yep.
terrible person. I stab
Yep,
Resme around. And I am in no way a hypocrite.
Well, we will. I agree with this decision. We will chase Varum, and Hornblade shall look into the Drakhorn.
Right. That settles it then. We will try to Master Hornblade, you will try to contact the Arcane Brotherhood, see what they know of the Drakhorn, and our adventurers here will use Lady Haventree's information to capture Varum the White, if possible. If he is unable to be captured, then I'm sure they will still be able to bring good information back about the Cult of the Dragon and their plans.
Absolutely.
So please, Lady Haventree, you are welcome to use this room. Those of us who need not attend this can part ways. Adventurers.
Just before you go, one question about logistics.
He's not.
Castle
He's not used to getting cut off. So as you're talking, he's like waving his hand, like yes.
I get Castle is slow and not sneaky and takes up a lot of wizard power. Maybe we have alternate transportation that is more subtle.
Of course, we will see to your transportation, Lady Haventree. You know who my ward is. Speak to him, and they will set you up. With that.
Also, there is a shop down at.
Please shut. Too long ahead.
So Lord
Trying
Neverember,
so hard.
he like turns and his guards flank him, and he walks out, and a couple other people start filing out, and Lady Haventree's like,
Sir Istaval, a moment, please.
and he sticks back. He's the guy that used to be an adventurer, and the room empties out, and it's just Lady Haventree, Sir Istaval, and then Leosin actually gets to come back into the room after all the other people have cleared out, and she's like,
Yes, Sir Istaval, this is actually our information shows that Varum the White will be heading towards your region, over to the Serpent Hills. Do you know of it?
yes, I know of the Serpent Hills, but nothing's there but ruins and swampland. Why would he be heading there?
We're not completely sure, but we do know that he was headed there and rumored to be looking for something in the area.
Well, if these guys need to go to Serpent Hills, then I can make sure they take the right pass through the High Moor and get there in a good time. I would recommend going down the Tradeway and then from Borskir Bridge heading north. That would be the easiest path. The High Moor itself is treacherous at times.
There we go. Yeah. So, by the way, I should point out the castle is in no way slow. We crossed a distance that took us like a month to travel in like a week.
Yeah, but it is also like huge and very obvious.
And it's not the easiest thing to get going either.
No, Grimmeth still has like points of exhaustion we need to fix.
Yeah, you get
I
your
need
book
some
back,
rest.
Grimmeth.
Okay. I will. Yes, I was gonna say I'll stop him as he's walking out the
Oh,
door.
yes, this was yours. Here you go.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Well,
Thank
good
you.
day.
Thank you. Good day to you.
So yeah, in my mind, the optimal solution would be to find some powerful wizards to fly the ship while we go to the
Yes.
Serpent Hills.
Maybe discuss with the Mages Guild and see if they are interested.
What are you guys discussing with the Mages Guild?
Well, no, we're all discussing with Esteban right now.
Ishtavel? And then what are you
I
discussing?
was
Well,
thinking
well.
maybe we can get powerful wizard to just teleport us, or they can lend us a griffin or something like that.
Well, we couldn't.
Well, Esteval, how did you get here from your region? Were you already in the area, or were you en route?
I took the
Did you
tradeway
teleport?
from Daggerford up here.
Oh, it's near Daggerford. I didn't see where. The hills were on the map, so I had no idea where it was.
Yes, southeast of us.
Southeast, so not far actually.
No.
No, like I said, if you stick to the road or the trail, I believe that would be the quickest course of action. And
Yes, we've passed by before actually. On our way up from Baldur's Gate, we took the tradeway.
Right. So there's actually a second problem with not taking the castle, which is that the Gothcus doesn't want to hang around outside Baldur's Gate.
He doesn't.
Waterdeep.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he wants to get going.
I mean, we're gonna be going up north in a little bit. We don't need to take the castle everywhere.
Right, but if we're going to the Serpent Hills, that's like a month's journey.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's like a 10-day journey, maybe 2 10-day.
At least 2 tembe.
And then
Previously-
Leosin speaks up like, yes. So then we will figure out the right path. Thank you for your help, Sir Estevel, and please pass on my regards to Daggerford. And Sir Estevel like nods and gives like
Actually, Sir Estevel, I wanted to inquire about your cane. It looks quite exquisite.
yes.
What is that made of?
Well, this is the bone of a green dragon, and he got the best of my leg, and I decided to use one of his bones as a cane. So, a little poetic justice, if you will. So now he injured me, but I use his bones to help me walk.
It's quite ironic.
Yes, when you've traveled as much as I have, and seen as much as I have seen, and slain as many monsters as I have slain, you too will know what it's like to be a veteran dragon slayer one day, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure. Well,
We work-
thank
we
you
working
again
on
for your
it.
time. I look forward to seeing with you again.
Yes, Lathander keep you. And he walks off, or, with his cane.
Huh? What? Hi.
Hello,
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
Braum. Welcome back.
Braum is also a cleric of Lathander.
Hey, me, over here. I like Lathander.
Look at me. Look at me.
Oh, no, that's Lee, stomping around about some shop.
Who do we need to talk to about equipment around here? There is a shop. Who do I talk to?
Le-
Who is going to equip us?
Leosin closes the door after Sir Istavel walks out, and he's like, yes, so, the information we found is that there is, actually, Boarskin Bridge, which he mentioned, is our Boarskir Bridge is actually the landing point where I think you guys should start. Traveling there, and then from there, getting up to this ruins in Serpent Hills.
We can do 100 miles in a day in the castle.
Yeah, the 4th level spell, but I've got to do like cast off and rise and go north 100 kilometer, 100 miles, and
And Leosin,
Then-
how do we know that Verum is heading in this direction?
Well, Lady Haventree, that is the good news. That is the news of note that it's rumored that Verum the White has lost his dragon mask, and he's seeking to recover it.
oh,
Lost
how
his
very
dragon.
interesting.
How is that even possible? Well, we don't know for certain, but we think someone may have stolen it right from under him.
Wonder if Talos is involved.
Lee nods with a very impressed, like, I'll be damned. I should have thought of that.
But I believe that Boarskir Bridge will be the best place to find information and see if you can get the whereabouts of this ruins he's looking for. I know it's Anurian, but I don't know exactly which ones there are. The Serpent Hills is littered with them. But you must be
Now,
careful.
do we know who stole his mask? It seems like they might be just as formidable a foe as he himself is to do so.
Well, we're not. I've talked to some of the wizards and tried to get some scrying magic to find where this mask has gone, but it's being hidden from even scrying magic.
That's a powerful foe, to say the least.
We might need stronger equipment to battle such a foe.
Uh-huh. Lee?
I mean, for all of us, not just me. I mean, I'm glad you are thinking of me. Yes, I do as well. Yeah.
I'm sure we would all love strong equipment, but that's just not necessarily in the cards right now.
This is Council of Waterdeep. These are the most powerful people in one of the most powerful city in all of Faerun. Do they send us on assignment unequipped, under-equipped? Then that is only hurting their own cause.
Well, what would you suggest? We are stretched thin right now at the moment, but Lady Haventree, what say you? And she says, Leosin, I will leave the means to equip these gentlemen, but give them the full backing of the Harpers, and if we need to stretch further, then it must be done.
Lee claps his hands gleefully.
Report to me tonight, Leosin, and after you've got these men situated. And she like bows to you guys, a slight like curtsy, and she's like, good day to you all, and please be safe.
Just watch, Lee. You're
No.
gonna finally get your hands on those boots, and you're gonna turn them over, and they have a label on the bottom. Display model only.
Now it's a little late, but could I insight check her?
No, it's way too late.
No. Okay. Only thinking of
Now
it
you'd be checking of whether she wants you to be safe or not.
Oh,
This seems suspicious. Why does she want to equip us? What's going on here?
why is she agreeing with Lee? It's
Never.
quite
Something must be wrong.
quite suspicious.
All right, and then let's see. Okay, so you're left in the room with Leosin, and the door shuts, and he's like,
Oh, right. So, would you use the castle to travel to Serpent Hills, or will you be going the traditional way, down the tradeway to Borskir Bridge?
Well, the castle will be a lot faster, but much less discreet.
And we would need
Perhaps
magical
we
aid.
take it. Perhaps we simply take it most of the way, and then last few miles we do by horse or something. If you can
Perhaps we
provide
should
us with something.
speak. Perhaps we should speak with Blagovkas. What he has to say about it. It is his castle, after all.
Did you not just say he wishes to proceed?
He does, but who says this is the way in which?
Yeah, I think he'd be down.
I mean, he left us in charge of it.
Well then, you have your decisions to discuss and figure out what happens, but again, he was said to have gone towards the Borskir Bridge first, and from there, hopefully, you'll be able to pick up his trail.
I think that we can. I think that if we take the castle, probably be faster than going on by normal means. Even if we stop a while away and proceed, and even if we take a couple days to let Grimmeth rest up and remove his exhaustion after we get there.
Yes, that's another issue. I'm super exhausted from this thing, and probably will gain a lot more exhaustion in the process of moving this castle.
I don't suppose you have a wizard among your numbers who could travel with us.
We unfortunately do not have that. We rely on the subcontracting out of the Mages Guild.
We don't have the funds to hire a wizard.
Do we have the funds to purchase a few 4th level spell scrolls?
Do spell scrolls work like that? For powering it?
I mean, I would assume so.
Hang on, don't you only get exhaustion if like push yourself?
Con save. Well, if he fails the
No,
con save.
whenever I push a 4th level spell into the castle to move it, I have to make a concentration saving throw, or a constitution saving throw, and whether I pass or fail, I would gain exhaustion or not.
Ah,
So, I
Because
mean, we
there's some
got
way
here
we
and I
can-
was 3 levels of exhaustion, which is halfway to death.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about
and
it.
you
So-
lose 1 level of exhaustion with right?
Per long rest. I have to take a long rest to lose one, or I'm unsure if there's spells that would.
So do we have anything that could just...
And
help
how many
improve your
people in the
chances?
party are? Oh wait, no, it's only you who can do this because
There's only 2
Florestan.
people, me and Florestan, cast
Oh.
4th level. We're both
Flores-
currently exhausted.
No,
I mean,
Floristan got rid of
No,
his.
Floristan got rid of his.
No, I'm good for right now, but it's still only 2 spell slots a day, and then there is the exhaustion. But between the two of us, I mean, I bet we can manage it.
Does Bardic Inspiration help with saves, or is there anything that
No,
helps with
it
saves?
does not.
My aura does, but that's
I can-
only +4.
We can, but I can do a what is it?
More restoration.
And actually, I think you only have 2 levels of exhaustion because it was 3
I-
and 1, and then you guys took a long rest.
Yes, I have 2. I said when we finished our journey, I had got 3.
Oh,
That
I
was
see.
yesterday.
Okay.
More logistics, guys. Well,
So a long rest before you leave, you're down to 1.
I can give him
Right.
a +1, and
Enhance abilities?
no warding bond.
Does anyone have enhance abilities? I feel like
I
that's
do.
no,
It's
that's
not
like
gonna
5th level or 6th level.
It's
That's a high
I
level.
don't think it's gonna help. I don't think it's gonna help with the saving throws. I think it's just ability
No.
checks, though, isn't it?
No, it just gives expertise and an ability check. Like that's it. Enhance abilities.
Isn't there something that gives someone
Advantage on saving throws?
+2 to Constitution?
Nope.
Not that I know of.
Maybe you can get like a. Is there a magic item like a belt that bumps
Oh,
up your
advantage
con?
on Constitution checks. Got it.
Checks, yeah.
2nd level.
So I can do a +1.
Saving
and you
throws
can do
are high
+5.
level stuff.
You can do the +4, which is going to be +5 right there, which is
+6 for me.
If we have anything that can raise my charisma, then that will increase my aura as well.
Raising base scores is way out of our reach right now.
Yeah.
We just need an amulet. Oh no, that's.
We just need some flying boots, right?
I mean, I can
Just
get there.
fly
I can get there on flying boots, but I can't hold up the castle while I fly. So.
Yeah, so I mean, we could. The flying castle would cut our travel time by like 1/3.
Yeah, but
But
then, like, if
the
I'm
cost of
resting
that-
to actually, yeah, the cost of it is a little high.
Mm-hmm.
What's the cost of it? There's no cost.
Exhaustion and spell levels.
There's no
we get there-
monetary cost to this, no. But
You're not
having
using
a
your
wizard-
spells while you're moving, and we can take a few days to rest. Will still come out on top. How many days will it take to get there by normal means?
16, 15,
Right. So 16 to 15 days.
and that's like hauling butt. that's moving real quick.
Okay. So what's your so let's say 15 days. What do you need to roll to pass the Constitution?
Constitution saving throw. I have no idea what the DC is, and I'm not asking the DM for the DC.
What was it normally? Do you remember?
I
We're
have
not-
no
let's-
idea.
We're
I
not going
can't
to play
remember.
that game. We're not going to play that game.
Okay,
I'm not.
let's put it
We're
this
not. We're not going to discuss what the DC is.
Okay, let's not
Perhaps
discuss
tell
what
me
the
at
DC
all.
is.
Moderate. It's a moderate DC.
Perhaps when
Um,
I get winged boots, we can find you Amulet of Health, and that will make you stronger for this powering the castle.
Actually, hold on. I still have an elixir of health.
Yeah.
That's-
Hang on. Here's the way to think of it.
Any disease and blinded definitely.
With my aura, what percentage of the saves were you failing?
This is
You-
the.
we forgot to use it for
Yeah,
the first
We don't
couple.
know.
It's getting a bit meta.
It's getting a bit meta. Yeah.
The castle would be
No.
the castle
There's,
would be
there's,
fast.
there's a high chance by the time we get there, it would take like a day to get there maybe
So-
2 days to get there with the castle. But I'd
So
be
this
making
is-
like 3 or 4 saving throws.
We can only move it. We can only move it 100 miles a day, right? That's its max. So for the first day, we cast off, we go up, and we have to move it, right? So that's 3. So that would be Grimmeth with 2 and Floristan with 1, or vice versa, correct?
Yeah. I can
Right,
make
and
I
then-
can I can recover a 4th level spell from a short rest.
Mm-hmm. But I'd rather split up the exhaustion if we can.
The
Does that
emphasis
make
should
sense?
be on Floristan then, since he doesn't have any. Grimmeth does. So
Right.
Floristan
Right.
should put in as much as he can. And
Here's
then
the thing:
grab it
if
and-
each of you,
Well,
if
we
each
would
of you
both
only
be-
puts in one spell slot a day, are we not still moving faster than going by foot?
Well,
no, because you gotta
we use-
unanchor and go up first.
So that's
Yeah,
just
so
the
the-
first
so the-
day.
the first day
For the
would
first day
just
is 3.
be cast off and rise, and then
Right,
the third
so-
one would be what, stop,
Look,
essentially, because stop
here's my
rising. I
point.
don't
Here's
know.
my point. If you fail the first saving throw each day, then we move slower. Basically, go until you get 1 level of exhaustion each day, because each night you can rest and take off 1 point of exhaustion. And we'll still get there faster than going by foot.
Regardless, even if he just does the one move, that's all we can do. It's the takeoff and landing that causes the multiple checks, the multiple chances.
Now there are also controls.
So,
One called Veil. Foggy cloud stuff materializes around the castle. Everything
Also-
everything outside is within 100 feet of the castle is heavily obscured. It basically looks like a cloud.
That's huh?
That would
Yeah.
help for us getting closer.
We can make
Yeah.
the castle look like a cloud.
That's a separate issue though than our current situation of getting there without overly exhausting Grimmeth.
We
I
could
think-
also make the castle do a barrel roll.
Can we really? That's
One of the options, I saw it.
Loop to loop.
yeah.
Up,
I think
over.
if we're smart, because regardless if he fails or not, the action happens. Correct? We've seen
Right.
that.
Yes.
So I think if as long as we're smart about it, we can keep everyone healthy all the way through.
Mhm.
So
Were we given any timeline on when we need to get there? Because it seems like if we could get there by horse, then we should have plenty of time to get there and rest as well.
Yeah, that's what I forgot to ask.
he was last spotted
Lady.
at the bridge. So I think
Heaven Tree. He was
He was-
last spotted at the bridge. So
yeah. So
I was
the
gonna ask
quicker
how
we
recent-
can get there.
information.
Yeah, the quicker we can get there, I think the better the trail will be. Unless anyone else has any other ideas.
yeah,
No,
frankly, I'm surprised none of these people said, "Hey, can we come along with you on the floating castle?"
They have better things to do, other things to do. I don't know.
Yeah, with
They
a
would
cloud
not
giant
sully
that they do
themselves
not
being
know.
seen with Cloud Giant.
So that's. So yeah, so our order would be. Well, it's already casted off, right? Like it's just hovering there, right?
Nope.
Like we haven't. Oh, we
It's
that's
No,
anchored.
it was anchored. Otherwise, it would be blowing with the wind.
Got it. Okay, so so it's cast off, up, move. That's 3.
No, we want to cast off, conceal, then move.
Well, no, we'd have to rise. We'd have to go
Yeah.
up. We can't. We're only like 10 feet off the ground. We can't move like this.
Cast off, rise,
So
move.
cast off, rise, conceal, then move.
Well, we could conceal that. We don't need to conceal immediately. We're
Yeah,
not going to
we-
get there that fast, are we?
Yeah, we can do that on the second day.
We can do that on a day where you don't fail a save. Sure.
So all right, so I think that's our best option. So early in the morning we'll head out.
Yeah.
Do you have exhaustion now that we need to fix?
I have 2 points of exhaustion.
Okay, well we
One
can.
by the time we.
Yeah, and then Florestan can handle.
How
The
much does
first
it
bit.
cost to get a greater restoration?
It's a 5th level spell.
If we go and finish something, I can do it.
If we just level up, we can definitely do it.
That's what I mean. So let's go finish something, and I
It
can
has a
solve the
component
problem.
cost though. It costs 100 gold pieces.
Oh boy, I can do that. I can only do that 17 times.
Did Dan just abandon us to talk to ourselves? Or is he still
I think
here?
so.
I'm listening. I got like a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
stuff to do, so it's fine. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm actually this is good. I want you guys to discuss this while I get set up with other stuff.
Now that all of our talking is done,
Mhm.
Dan,
Yes.
So we came to agreement. We
I think
are going.
Hang on. I think we should go speak to Blagothkus, right? Because, I mean, he's a cloud giant. Maybe he has contacts among other cloud giants who can help move the castle. I don't know.
No.
How long
No,
is
he
it
would've
to take them
done
to
that
get to
already.
us? Also, I thought they're like,
They're like super rare.
Yeah.
Like he was lucky to get a wife.
That could, yeah. Like I figured that was like the whole. That was like the whole thing. I don't know though, but
Well.
I mean, the longer we sit here, the colder the trail is going to get. If that's what it's going to take, if it's going to give us some sort of advantage, let's do it.
Agreed.
Right. But I'd rather get on him, right? I mean, there is always tomorrow, as the Lord says it. But
Lord Lathander.
that's exactly what he says. There is always tomorrow. The sun will always rise again. But
The sun will come out tomorrow.
you bet your bottom dollar it will.
uh-huh. So I mean, taking a couple of days to get Grimith back up to full strength is, I think, a necessity.
I
I would also
right,
say not
because
get
if you're
there
exhausted,
already
you have
expended.
disadvantage on the saving throws, right?
You guys are talking.
No,
over
I
each
don't have.
other.
I don't have a disadvantage on saving throws unless I have 3 exhaustion.
Okay. So here's
Once
the
I get
thing.
to 3, then I have disadvantage on them.
There's no need to rest now. If he hits 3 exhaustion, he ends for the day, and he rests. Some days, it's fair to say, he won't get
Okay.
any level exhaustion.
It's currently like 7 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 p.m. We probably wouldn't be leaving now. We'd leave in the morning.
So regardless, I think we should. If at the earliest we leave tomorrow, I think we should leave the day after. Give us some time to maybe do some research about where we're going. They said ruins. Maybe we could figure out what kind of ruins there are there.
Hi.
There's also some research that I need to do about these new female characters that were just introduced.
Research is for nerds. Let's just go.
Do we actually
And
know
then
where
Lee
we
has
can
some
research
research
these
to
things?
do with lock picking as well. I assume.
I'm expert at that. I just need to case the joint, as they say.
Lee,
you are not going back to that store. I am not leaving.
Lee,
your store. We're not going back to
you
that store because I do not.
You
want to
still don't have a price. You still don't have a price for the boots.
Exactly.
Maybe you can afford it.
It's principle now. He
But
treat me
you're-
like I am
but-
low life. I am.
No,
going
I
to-
agree though. No,
Do
you're
it,
buying it through a
Remember, there's
proxy
also
though. You're
that
not
like,
going.
floating eye thing in the shops, so it's probably not a
It will
good
catch me.
idea.
It will
No.
catch me. Give finger to eye as I
That was
steal
the
boots
one.
and disappear.
You didn't see a. We didn't see an eye in the.
Well,
in the
because
boot
no one
shop.
casted magic in that shop.
So there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's go.
No. I have to put my foot down here. We cannot risk. We cannot risk
Delays.
No,
Delays
you're
right
right. You're right. You're right.
If it was productive, absolutely. But what's going to happen is that you're going to go in there. They're going to raise the price because you were rude to them. You're going to haggle over the price some more, and you're going to end you up back in jail. And we don't have Leosin to come bail you out again.
I know. Now we have the Lord Never Ember himself.
No,
We have-
no.
Heaventree. We have Brom Anvil. We have
We
Froome. I have so many people to back me up now. I am large and in charge.
We need to prove ourselves first by getting a job done.
We have done lots of job already.
We
Besides-
have done.
It's fine. That
Besides-
Leosin was just approved to use Hopper funds to get whatever we need.
Travel wise, and
That is part of travel.
supply-wise.
I am traveling in my boots.
You were traveling in a flying castle.
I need flying boots for flying castle. It makes sense.
Here's what I think we should do. I think we should if we have a plan for where to research, we should go research. Otherwise, we should cast off tonight. At minimum, Florestan, cast off and raise the castle.
But
Then
casting
that-
off and raising doesn't do us any good unless we're moving it, because then we're just floating in the wind.
But it means we don't have to cast off and raise tomorrow.
But it also means that we could move 60 miles north and lengthen our travel by 1.
But we can't anchor every night.
No, but we're also moving enough that I'd rather go 100 miles in the direction we need to and lose 60 than lose 60 right out the start.
I agree.
At least it's a positive direction.
Well,
If only we had enough wizards to really push this castle.
Well, you know, if you want to go find our Goliath friend, you can go do
well,
that.
we're heading in his direction. He left us a Daggerford, no?
Oh, throwback.
That's true. We're gonna turn him into an NPC. Let's keep using him.
But I mean, he did go into the exotic bird trade, so I don't think there's very many, and he could be very well here in Daggerford. But who knows?
I don't know, but
All right, you nuts go do research. I have personal business to take care of. We rest for the night, and
Lee,
Lee, how about you come back with the castle? I'm going to go talk to God.
okay, I go back to talk to Bagathis, tell him our plans. You guys do your nerd research, and we rest for the night, and then we go in the morning.
I'm down. I like it.
Okay. Heroes of Greenness on 3. 1, 2, 3. Break.
Heroes of... Oh, shit.
Fair. We should probably come up with a better name.
The Revolutionaries.
Here.
We have inspired.
Not a revolution.
Yes, we have. We have inspired lizard folk to revolt against cult. We have inspired the Cloud Giant and his people to revolt against cult. We are revolutionaries. We are going to turn the whole of Faerun against the cult. We will revolt against them.
I think the cult is a revolution. So we're
Ah.
counter-revolutionaries.
Whatever. Fine. We are counter-revolutionaries.
So the FBI.
We are iron fist of government, crushing any uprising.
We are the cult breakers. We are the... God, what was the name of that disaster?
We
in which the
brainstorm it
FBI
during the night. We
What was the
brainstorm
name
during
of
the
that
night.
disaster in which the FBI burned down a cult compound?
Waco?
Yes.
They've done that a couple of times.
That was
Yeah, there's more
ATF
than
that
one.
botched that.
It was absolutely.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to insult the FBI like that. ATF, we mean.
Yeah.
Sorry
Alright,
to
so-
everyone
We are
listening.
the
and-
we are the wi-
I'm
we are
gonna.
the
Don't worry.
Waco
I'm gonna edit this
Cut
out.
this shit out.
So we can come up with a name later. We need to get stuff done.
Okay. The Janet Renos.
Right now.
There's something in Philadelphia too, right? Where they dropped a bomb on something.
I think so. All
We're-
right. So we're all set. Lee's gonna go back to the castle. You nerds go wherever.
Back to the castle.
Oh, you are too. Yeah.
I mean, we can hit up the Mages Guild and get rid of this goddamn Goodberry.
still
No
have
one's
it?
gonna take that from you,
I
man.
still have it, and it's written as scroll of goddamn Goodberry in my inventory.
Don't you want
Yeah,
it?
you're gonna have to take that to a small town where they're impressed by that kind of thing.
Seriously.
Oh shit! I should have gave it to the ranger.
Yeah.
You can actually
Here,
use it.
They'll probably be like, I don't need this shit. This is simplistic. I could do this all day.
Well, I mean, the Mages Guild would be a little interesting to go check out.
Is there like a library or?
I'm sure. I've also got Merchants Guild here in town.
They might have a better idea of the town we're headed to, at least the bridge or whatever.
Maybe.
The Mages Guild will definitely have information at the very least. Maybe they'll even have a library we can use.
Yeah. If there's going to be a library anywhere,
Yep.
it'll be the Mages Guild.
Let's head off there.
Let's go. Maybe I'll even join it. Who knows?
All right.
So Lee, I guess we'll head off to the castle. Who's going with him?
Oh, this is where Brom has a hard time because he knows that he's not going to the castle.
Hey.
Oh, don't worry.
Insight.
Get the insight check that. Come on.
Sure, I will definitely insight check that. Let's go.
God damn it.
Yep. Let's get them rolling.
I'm gonna.
He's coming with
19.
you.
Fuck.
That is a bad
I'm
roll.
I'm gonna inspire Lee.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
This is my insight
15.
check.
It's
Deception.
1d8, I think, for inspiration.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the castle. Oh, you need to go to the bathroom first? Go ahead.
Ooh, a 1. Nope. You
Okay.
got a little bit inspired.
So Brom's got a 19 versus Lee's 14.
So I guess that means you're escorting me back to the castle to make sure everything goes
escorting
fine.
you back to the castle, even though I really, really, really want to go to the library. having you in a room.
I mean, you don't.
No. You don't need to go with him to the
Yeah,
castle. Just leave him with me.
Library sounds very interesting. Go to the library. I'm a big boy. I can handle myself.
Leave him with me. I'll be fine. I can handle. I think I can handle Lee.
Yeah, like you're handling the sword very well. No, I'm gonna go with Lee.
No. Hang on.
I mean,
hang
to
on.
be fair,
that
he
is-
has handled the sword very well.
I am handling the sword very well. I haven't
Kill
killed
them
anyone.
all.
He's not even holding it.
He
Wield
says,
me. Kill them
Chief.
all.
What was the name of that bridge again, sorry?
Borskier.
Borskier.
Like skier bridge.
Y-R-E?
Yeah,
Skewer.
there's some Y's in there. Skier.
Borskier
Yeah,
Skewer.
Bridge.
You're not going to be happy till I break this sword, are you?
I'm not going to be happy until that sword is gone. It's literally telling you to kill your allies, the people who have helped you get this far.
Yeah.
Why? And you're okay with this?
No, I'm ignoring it.
This conversation's happening as we're walking to the Mages Guild, please.
All right, so you guys leave the the Lord's Palace building, and as you're exiting, excuse me. So you guys leave the building, and as you're exiting, who's going to the Mages Guild, and then who's going to the castle?
I'm taking Lee to the castle.
I don't need babysitter.
Grimith and Brom are going to the Mages Guild. I don't know if Floristan's coming or where he's going.
Yeah, where are you going, Floristan?
Floristan's got his own adventures. Just kidding.
Floristan
No.
is coming with Lee and I to the castle.
Okay, well now I'm not because
Come here, boy. No,
I
come
do
with us.
not take orders.
Floristan,
I'll go.
come.
I'll go with the mages. I'll go to the Mages Guild.
Okay. So you guys kind of split a little bit, and Lee and Airvan, you guys, excuse me, you're walking like side by side going down the street. Oh, sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. So give me a second. Let me
Seriously,
cough it
Lee,
out.
you have to get over those goddamn boots.
As
It
you
is
turn
not
around,
about the
Lee is
boots
gone.
now. It is about the fact that that man insulted me.
You tried to rob him.
I did not try to rob him. I tried to explain I
Wow.
was an important person, and he should assist me in my adventures to save all of Faerun. There was no lie in that.
You tried to con him.
It was not a con.
Well,
Are we not heroes? Are we not attempting to stop a cult who could potentially destroy whole world?
Is it really dependent on that, though?
Every advantage help.
I'm sorry, you two are talking. I'm not there.
Well, you guys are still within range. Like, you can yell at each other from down the street.
No one asked you, Forrester. Shut up. Go find your new girlfriend.
I don't really think that you were being honest enough with him. I think you were trying to use Floristan's position to make a profit.
That is what positions are for.
No, that is not what positions are for. Positions are for wielding your power responsibly for the good of the common people.
The good of heroes is good of common people because it allows heroes to better protect common people.
Li Ba Long, I have found you, you traitor.
Oh, Jesus. What the fuck?
And as you're walking down the street, a man steps out to block your path.
Are we gone by now?
Same
No.
dude I saw from before.
You guys are
party's
no.
with us.
You haven't seen this guy before, but you do recognize his face a little bit through his helmet.
Who's
And
this moron?
He's holding like a pole arm, and it's a glaive, and it has a large blade on the end, and you guys are standing there. You guys can see all the map, but you see him standing on the roof of this building as he's calling out to you, and then he steps out and he just steps on the air.
Oh, what the fuck?
And then steps out in front of you, and he's stepping down onto the air as he lands, and he's wearing the winged boots that you've wanted so bad.
Good news, Lee. I think you get your winged boots.
You cannot run anymore, Lee. Come,
Lee
meet your destiny.
yells out. Lee yells out, "Who is running? Bring it!"
So is this a single combat thing, Lee, or are you glad to have my help?
I got these.
Oh, okay.
Brahm, Floristan, and Grimmeth, you guys are within earshot, so you've heard this, but it will take you a full turn to get to where
Okay.
Aravan's standing.
Okay.
So we all roll an
Okay.
initiative?
Yeah,
Yep,
you
okay.
guys can all roll initiative as well.
Initiative is.
Or you guys could be like, "Ah, shit. What's Lee's problem now? Let's just go to the library."
Lee said he doesn't want help.
So I rolled 19, but I didn't have my token selected, so I'm just going to roll again and then change it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think this is the first time I've ever rolled the top initiative.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Every
Yeah.
time to hate me.
Sorry.
Give me a second.
Man, this really is a squeaky wheel gets the grease thing, huh? Lee has his magic chain and his super dagger. Or I guess
My
that's
chain
the
isn't
same
magic. My chain's normal.
Yeah, the dagger
just-
was offered to everyone, but he decided to attach a chain to it.
It wasn't offered. I just found it first. 'Cause I was
Yeah,
off
he found
looking
it
for
first
shit.
and pocketed it.
That is true. Did you pocket it right
He's
away?
the only one who can really effectively use daggers anyways, so even if he told the rest of the party and offered it.
Hey, is he wearing a magic cloak too? Maybe a cloak of the mountebank?
Yeah, just put it out
I
there.
know. See, this is
No,
how it
I
works.
think,
Now
I
you
think
guys.
he has the robe of the Magi.
just putting it out there that I would really love that allows me to cast Dimension Door today.
Well, you can just ask Grimmeth or Floristan. You can both cast it.
And
We'll
he's
just teleport.
and he happens to have a +3 loot on him. And
oh man.
Oh wow.
Just all the different loot you guys all wanted, all the different items that fit each of
+3
you
wand,
perfectly.
a +3 loot.
And Grimmeth, you get a
Purple
whole
sword.
case of Goodberry Squirrels.
Grimmeth would just set those on fire. She's like, no.
Yeah, I would have just like tossed them in the fire and the brazier or
Just-
whatever.
All right,
Hands them out to people. You get a scroll. You get a
Okay.
scroll.
all right, Floristan.
A belt of cloud giant
You
strength
would be
was
first. So
nice.
You hear the challenge echo through the empty street.
All right, is where I am at right now 30 feet away or 60 feet?
It's a full turn, so you'd have to sprint to.
Yeah, I'd have to dash.
60
Okay.
feet. Yep.
So just basically skip all our turns as we get to the battlefield.
I'm not
guess.
skipping shit.
No,
I'm,
you could
I'm gonna
still do
dash
stuff.
and.
Yeah, he can bonus
Well,
action.
yes, I can. So would you say that it is more? I am more than 60 feet away right now.
To get to Erevan Square would require 60 feet of movement.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna run 30 feet and cast haste on Lee.
Okay. What's the range on that?
Oh, well, I guess we're
It's
not
30
doing
feet.
that.
Okay.
That's the reason I was asking if I was within. You
So
know.
yeah, just get within 30 feet of them on this map, and then we'll just know that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So Lee, you're hasted.
All right. Nice. All right.
Sweet.
Floorstein casts haste. You're within 30 feet of him now, right? Nah, I guess you
I-
guys.
I ran up. Yeah. I don't
put,
know
uh,
what the scale of this shit
Let's
is.
put you. Well, it's to scale. So, someone measure
Right,
that
yeah.
out for me real quick.
The scale's just not far enough upward to show
Yeah, I know.
where exactly we are.
What was that 25?
Unless we move everyone down.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's close.
All right, so you get within range. You cast haste on Lee.
And I'll inspire him. Screw it, and that'll
Okay.
be my turn.
And you give him inspiration too. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
All right. So Lee got inspiration. Florestan, as you get within range of Lee to, like, you reach out, you cast haste, and then out of the bushes down here,
Oh Jesus.
crossbow bolt flies through the sky.
At me?
At you. Does a 17 hit?
17 hits.
Well, wait, we're on the ground. You through the skies. I think it went over his head.
What?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
it was a
what you're talking about there.
You said
Said it
flies
flew through the sky and we're like,
Yeah, the
oh,
crossbow bolt flew
Yeah.
through the sky. Right.
We're on the ground. It went over his head.
Ah,
Never mind.
okay. I see what you did
Yeah.
there.
If you have to explain it, it's not fun. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut this.
It's
Roll
okay.
the damage, make your constitution.
All right. So before, and then you get it's a critical.
Critical, what?
What are you talking about?
hit.
Critical.
Yep. It was.
Yeah.
17.
You're whispering this, by the way, right? I mean, you know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, am I?
I
Yeah.
believe him.
Oh, my bad. So it was a 17
You
to
said
hit.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the.
No, the 17 definitely hits.
Okay. Give me a second.
But a 17 isn't a crit.
Might have attacked twice.
Yeah, he probably attacked twice.
Oh.
No, I'll show you what.
Well, I mean, I believe you. I don't know
Where's
about the
the,
rest of the party. I'm alright with you whispering stuff.
Yeah, I don't like doing whisper rolls, but let me change that real quick. Okay, never whisper. All right. So 17 to hit, and then you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Well, how much damage does it do?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I think you need to roll it properly. I'll see it.
Just take a screenshot.
Is-
and show
is-
us. I
is-
believe him. I mean,
Is
what
this
reason does he have to lie?
is this Constitution saving throw for like
It's a-
poison or something,
it's
or
for
is it
poison.
concentration?
Poison.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. I rolled a 14.
Okay. So you take. First, you're taking 10 piercing damage from the bolt,
Oof.
and then 24 poison damage.
God damn.
I'm not shook. I'm not shook. So I need to succeed in a DC 15 Constitution saving throw for my haste.
Oh, for concentration? No, it's the damage.
It's half the damage,
the
or
damage.
10,
It's
whichever's
either
higher.
10 or half the damage, whichever's
No,
higher.
no, it was two separate sources. There was piercing damage and poison,
And
so
then
you need to
poison.
make two Constitution saving throws. One, the first is DC 10 against the bolt, and the next is how much poison damage was
24.
It was 24, but is
it?
that
The
how we're
second
gonna
is DC
roll it?
12 against the poison.
I mean, I'll do that. Is that how we want to do it? Was it one?
DM, is that how you want it to be
because
done?
that's fine. Do it that way.
Okay.
Because it is two
Okay.
separate damages.
Okay, well then I passed both times.
No, you don't.
Thank God.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah, I
gotta roll
did.
above. 10. Oh,
14
sorry.
beats
Yeah,
10.
10. You beat that, and then half was 12. Yeah, so you're good. What was the third one for?
Mm-hmm. The first one was for poison, and then the other two were my concentration checks.
Oh, that's right. All right, so you're good. So you didn't.
Okay.
So you maintained your concentration. And then I did something. It should be an automatic critical. What do I roll for a crit on a weapon?
Double the dice.
Just double?
Double the dice.
Oh, double the
I don't know
dice.
how you. Some people run it.
No,
where you
how
roll
have we been
dice
doing it?
twice.
Didn't we max it
Or-
out with like?
No, double
No.
dice.
We've always been
That's what,
double
that's what it
dice.
automatically does when you crit.
A crit will always double the damage dice.
Okay.
Not the whole damage, just the dice. Some DMs have it so you roll the dice twice. Some
wait.
DMs have it you roll it once and you double that number.
Why
It's up
is
to
it a crit?
Because it
'Cause
was
he
a
crit-
assassinate ability.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, okay.
Oh, we're
Then
not
his
surprised, are
concentration
we?
checks are going to fail.
Yeah.
No, we're not surprised.
Yeah. You
We're
guys.
surprised that something.
didn't
see him.
You guys were.
Then we
I
were-
didn't know it was there.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
didn't
know
know.
it was there.
Okay.
So roll the additional damage, and the concentration checks are most certainly going to fail.
Yeah. The only person that was gonna beat that surprise was Braum, but Braum was too far.
Okay, so we'll just assume my concentration fails, and
Well,
then what was the damage I
Actually, wait,
took?
I might
Yeah,
pass
let
it,
me-
might pass it.
I can-
Roll the-
I'm sorry.
Roll
What
the
did you say?
Just
So roll the damage. The damage is added on for the concentration checks. So if
Yeah.
so the first it was 10 piercing damage. So if the piercing damage is more than an additional 15 piercing damage.
Yeah. So I just roll.
No,
I just
wait,
roll another
17
damage
piercing
dice,
damage.
right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just do.
I don't know.
Roll
We
the-
didn't see
roll
the
the-
damage dice. Did you include the crit in the damage dice?
hover over the number and it'll tell you what was rolled for damage.
Yeah. Well.
It'll say 1d20 or
it was-
whatever,
Yeah.
1d 2d6 or whatever.
1d8 plus 3.
And that's the piercing damage.
Yes.
So
You
roll
don't-
another 1d8 for the piercing.
You don't add the modifier for the crit though.
okay.
It's just the dice.
Just the dice.
All right. So there's a 1. 1
Okay,
extra
so that's
damage.
so that concentration save. Now roll the poison damage again. Only the dice. If there's a modifier, ignore the modifier.
The poison gets critical as well.
Yes. All damage dice.
Oh, all damage dice. So I just roll one more of
no
those.
matter
So
where it's from, it's doubled.
it's a
Yeah, thanks,
1d6.
man.
A 1d6, or is it something different?
What was the poison damage?
Whatever the
S-
point.
7d6.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ!
And roll
Yeah.
76.
Let's roll 76.
Flora stands dying.
7d6. And then no additional
Just
stuff.
roll it.
Right.
25.
Take an additional 25 poison damage. Done.
My concentration is down.
Yeah, your second concentration check failed then. Which means that Lee loses his turn.
Yeah, sorry, Lee.
All right,
Okay.
Grimmith, your turn.
Grimith's turn. Finally. Am I like around the corner or can I see everything?
Yeah, you're
Should I
you're
just move
60
up?
feet away. 60 feet away.
And I can see everything. I can see this guy too.
Well, yeah, you saw Florestan get struck by the crossbow bolt, but you're like more up behind him. So to get to where Florestan is, you
'Cause
have
I
to
have-
expend 30 movement.
I only have 15 speed right now. Exhaustion, guys. So, I mean, if I can use 15 movement to get to see this guy,
No, it's gonna be
can I?
15 would get you. I don't know. You'd probably be like, I should have done it larger. But let's say you're just around the corner. That way we'll have it. So do the
So I have 15 feet of movement right now.
yeah. So to get to Florestan would be 30. Let's say, right? Can you see my my measurement?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just do it that way. That makes it easier. And then Florestan was in
All right.
like range. We gave him a 5-foot movement, but that's not a big deal. So 15 you would put you at this corner, and then I would say they would have some kind of cover. So they might have like half
Okay.
cover or something like that if you're shooting off that.
I'll move that 15 feet, and then pull out a mage armor scroll and cast that on myself.
Okay. Anything
so I
else?
now have more armor class. No, that's my action and my movement.
All right, Erevan. You see a bolt whiz by you, and you hear Florestan as he takes the crossbow bolt into the chest. You see the wounds already festering, and looks like
No,
it may have
I'm
been
good.
poisoned.
I'm fine.
Oh,
Tis
sorry.
but a
I've been
scratch.
muted this whole time. Do I see the shooter?
Yeah, you can see the shooter in the bushes.
Okay, perfect. I rush up. And I'm gonna bonus action Wrathful Smite.
Oh,
and
you have to
attack
hit
him.
first.
Yeah, I know, but
No,
that I
next time
prep it. No, you cast Wrathful Smite before you attack.
Oh, okay. My bad. You're right.
And I'm gonna attack him with my greatsword.
All right.
Oh!
Ooh, there it is.
Okay,
You're
so
swinging with your sentient greatsword, and you can hear it screaming gleefully in the air as you're swooshing it down, and you cut down into this guy hiding in the bushes with your greatsword for, what is that, 24 damage.
plus
Plus.
13 damage from the Wrathful Smite. And okay, let's start with the saves. So first off, this guy needs
Wait,
to make
no,
a
is it-
Wisdom save.
It says extra D6. Not...
Hmm? Yeah, it's a
Wrathful Smite
crit.
is D6. Yeah, but you rolled D8s. Isn't that D6?
No, it's D8
Oh
because
yes,
of his level.
you're right. It should be D6s.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, am I thinking of something
Hmm?
else?
This was
No.
the Wrathful Smite. Okay,
Normal
11
smites are
damage.
D8s.
Yeah.
My smites are D8, but the Wrathful Smite is D6.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay,
Feel
so
free
that's
to add another. You add a regular smite on top of that.
I'm
Such a
going
crit.
to. I'm going to. But
Quiet
hang
down,
on.
Peanut Gallery.
Hang on. I'm getting to that.
Oh, Dan, you shut up. You almost killed me right there.
So this guy has
We're
so
only in the
far
first round,
taken,
Florestan. Just you wait.
35 damage. Right?
Okay.
35
Yep, I got
damage.
that already. What's the? Yeah, I got that. I got the.
So first I need him to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom
against
save
fear.
coming up. 4.
4. He is frightened of me.
Okay.
He is wounded as well from the sword. So he is frightened of me. He's taken 35 damage. This guy's an archer. He's probably not that. Doesn't have that many hit points. I'm gonna dump a first level spell into him. So that'll be another 48 because it's a crit. So that's another 13 damage.
Ooh. 13. All right.
Is he dead?
He's not dead.
Okay, I will swing a second time.
Your sword is just gleefully screaming in the air.
Oh yeah. This is what he likes. See, this is how you deal with a murder sword. You let
Finish
it
him.
murder the right people.
Kill some of these bushes too.
Cut down a tree. Cut down a
Well, I
tree.
assume the 10 misses.
10. Nope. He dodges under your slash.
Okay. He is frightened
Does
and
he have-
afraid.
Doesn't he have disadvantage or anything for being frightened?
Oh yeah.
Or is
What
that
is
just
what
no-
does he have? I think he just can't like move towards you,
Oh,
right?
Does it give me advantage on my attacks? Hang on.
I don't
So
think.
hang on. First round.
No.
First off, he's locked down because he's within my 10-foot aura and he's afraid of me.
Okay.
He can't move, and he's going to take a certain amount of damage each turn on my. How does it work? Aura of Conquest. The aura extends. If a creature is frightened of me, its speed is reduced to 0, and it takes psychic damage equal to half my paladin level when it starts its turn there. So at the start of his next turn, he's going to take 4 damage. He's frightened of me, which means he has disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls while he can see me. and he can't willingly move closer to me. Although that's not a problem, he's adjacent to me.
Okay.
So yeah, he's fucked. He does get to, on his turn, he can take an action to make a wisdom check to try and break it. But
At
that's a
disadvantage.
disadvantage because he's frightened of me. So this guy's locked down, in other words.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. When you slash down at this guy in the bushes, you do really good damage, and then Chopper over here in the street, he goes, "You fight me, not my archer."
He's saying that to me?
Yep. And you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm sorry, I thought he was after Lee.
Oh, he sees you.
Apparently
cutting
you
up his back.
got his attention.
Well, that's a 26.
Okay. So 26 saves. You don't get intimidated or frightened, whatever he was trying to do to you. And he just turns away. And then he focuses on Lee. Let's see. All right.
So he just called out Aravan and was like, "Oh, never mind." Back to Lee.
Well, I mean, like, I do plan on attacking him pretty soon. Once I've dealt with this archer, shouldn't be a problem.
Oh yeah, I guess he was just trying to get you to not deal with the archer in the meantime.
Mhm.
All right. He comes up to you, Lee, and you see he just charges you after Aravan just ignores him pretty much, and he charges and swings his glaive at you. His first attack, 21 to hit,
That hits.
12 damage.
Okay.
All right. Second attack, 27 to hit,
God damn. That hits.
12 damage.
Wait, why is he adjacent? He has
He
a
ran
glaive.
over.
He has 10-foot reach.
Doesn't
He
matter.
wants to
I
be
do
a-
too.
he wants to be
That's
up
because
close
he
and
wants to
personal.
be adjacent.
Okay.
Don't question the DM.
No, it's fine. I make mistakes all the time. All right, and then he's going to look again at the guy in the bushes that's frightened, and he's going to say, "Yo, get your head out of your ass. We got a fight to go to. We got a fight here," and he's going to get a reaction. Now, the fear stuff, Aravan, he just got, it's called Command Ally. So he gets to target one ally, and then they can make one weapon attack as a reaction, and they gain advantage on the attack roll. But how does that apply with your fear?
So that'll cancel out the fear's disadvantage.
So it'll just be
So
a regular.
it's neither advantage nor disadvantage.
Okay, so then that will cancel that out, and then he's just going to swing at you regularly.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to swing at you with his short sword. He drops his crossbow, slashes out with his short sword, an 8.
No.
All right.
8 misses hard.
All right.
I don't even have to dodge. He's just swinging wildly.
Yeah, he's too busy trying to get situated. All right, Lee, your turn.
Lee doesn't get a
Alright.
turn. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
So
Oh,
Lee,
yeah.
when he got hasted, he was like, "I have the power," and then Florestan got hit, and he's just like, "Oh, what happened?" And now he's just sitting there,
Oh,
gassed
yeah.
out.
You're just done for this turn, aren't you?
Yep.
All right, Brom.
Brom's got work to do. I'll move. So this is accurate, right? So if I move the 25 to here, I am next to Florestan?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Brum, I have ouchies. Brum.
This is I haven't used this one yet, so this will be fun.
I am
haven't
more
fought
than
in a
happy to
while.
be the guinea pig.
Well, I haven't used it very often, at least. Since I'm right next to you, I finally get to. I'll dump a. Let's go with a 3rd level Cure Wounds into you.
Ooh. Oh, it's blank.
All right.
Does
sorry.
not work.
Yep. Oh, hold on. Let's go with that one.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
That's bad.
That's not
too.
good though with the red.
I'm
I just
thrilled
need
with
that-
that.
Yeah. So
Plus
that's
5, plus 5. Oh, good.
yeah.
Very
it's,
nice.
it's not the best, but yeah. And then I'll
That's,
move.
for 3rd level, that's really good.
Well, yeah, that was the bare minimum.
No, it wasn't the bare minimum. It's
No,
roughly
if
average.
it's just one of them was.
Oh, I see, just one. Okay.
Yeah.
3d8. Yeah. So heal 20 health.
And I
for
do
those
not have
listening.
I do not have a bonus action cantrip, so that will be my turn.
Thanks, Brom.
Yeah, I've got other people to heal.
All right.
I think you're supposed to tank now. You're supposed to be aggro.
What are you doing back there?
Dude, I'm moving up. Don't worry. No, I'm gonna go.
Moving on up to the front lines.
God, you got to play the bard next campaign.
So, let's see.
Speaking of
here.
bards, let's see what our bard can do.
Yeah. So,
Throw up violently.
20-foot cube. So, my question to the DM. My question, DM, is: am I touching Aravan with that line?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's the square.
definitely.
The corner of the square. He's
20-foot cube.
Yes.
Oh, you're thinking of putting it
Just-
on an angle?
right.
I mean, technically, you're not allowed to do that in D&D, but
Oh, well then, never mind. I will.
it's awesome. But
Fine. I'm gonna run up here.
That is a 20-foot cube.
You know what? Yeah, no, that's a better idea. I'm gonna put a 20-foot cube just on the Lebong Dong dude.
All right.
That's me.
Well, that's who he said he called you by name.
That's my name
right there.
tag. That's
There
not
you
the
go.
other dude.
Or even
No,
better,
no.
you can do like this.
Damn.
you know, you can put it on a diamond shape.
Yes, you can rotate it.
Well,
But it's
that's
still the corner still catches your square though.
no. If I can put it like that and then have like hit both of
Can't
them.
hit both of them.
Okay,
No,
that's,
if
that's
no
fine.
way to hit both
This,
of them.
if the assassin was over
Like
one
it
more,
is-
but otherwise it crosses the Aravan
Like
square.
that
That's-
would be
That's
quote
kind of
unquote
what
hitting both of them. Like doesn't really work.
okay. That was the question. I will on the guy that's I'm gonna want him to make
Oh, wait.
a
If this is fairy fire, no,
some
you can
sort-
totally hit them both with fairy fire.
well. I mean, that was the question though. So and
It's up to 3
s-
creatures of your choice. Oh wait, no, each
No.
other.
Yeah.
no, I don't get to choose.
It's
Sorry, sorry,
your
Irvan.
choice.
Oh, it is. I am so sorry.
Any
Okay.
creature in the area when the spell's cast.
I didn't see.
But it
Oh,
says
the
3
color.
creatures.
That's the color. The color is your choice. So, everybody in that little cube, sorry, Irvan is getting fairy fired. I'm gonna need a deck save from each of you, please.
It's just an AoE. Caravan.
Dex
Yeah, you're right,
save
okay.
coming up for Chopper. All right, so he's
Chopper fails.
very fired.
I fail.
Irvan fails, unfortunately.
Are you targeting all 3 of them, or
That's not actually in the spell. I don't know why that's in his description of it.
I just copied this off of some. I think it was D&D Beyond or something.
well?
Oh, and then
Either
sorry,
way.
I got one more. What is it?
Let's see what D&D Beyond says
Assassin
about fairy
at
fire.
disadvantage.
Well, it doesn't matter. He failed.
All right.
And then I will. No, that's it.
All right. So this
So
is
first off, this guy takes 1d4 plus 4.
okay. Go ahead and roll it. 1d4 plus 4. This is from the frightened condition, or whatever you use.
The 4 is from the frightened condition. The 1d4 is from the wounded,
Okay.
from the greatsword.
Takes
So
5
the
damage.
5 damage. The 1 necrotic, 4 psychic.
Okay.
And now he can make a constitution check to end the wound.
Before
Constitution saving
doing
throw.
an action.
Yes. That's not an action.
14.
So he's still wounded.
All right, still wounded.
And now it's his turn.
Wounded. Okay. So he's gonna be disadvantage attacking you, right?
Well, no, now it's normal because I'm fairy fired.
So it's no disadvantage.
Right.
All right. First attack, short sword at a 14. Or excuse me, 17.
I'm gonna. Okay, never mind then.
All right, 17 damage, and then make a con save.
Wait.
Wait.
Missed.
That
Good
missed.
attack.
Oh, it missed. Okay. Second
My armor
attack,
class is 18.
19 to hit.
19 will hit.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and cutting words that. So I'm gonna roll a d8 and subtract that.
Matter. One is enough.
There we go.
Nice.
-6.
All right. Nice
At
job.
least I can do for lighting him up.
I mean, it wouldn't have helped me there.
See from around this building, another assassin comes up, and he shoots a crossbow bolt
Son of a bitch.
at
At me?
Aravan.
Yeah.
This will be
At advantage.
crossbow
So that's advantage, but
Yep.
that's all he should get.
with advantage. 13
Misses.
and a 13. Nice. So block that. And he's
Deflect
gonna
it with my sword.
ching, ching. Yes, kill the crossbow bolts too. There's a bee. Kill that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to focus on the archer.
Let's go kill more of these bushes.
I'm gonna need you to focus on the archer who is cowering in fear.
One guy's not wearing anything behind you. Let's kill him. No armor. Grimmith,
Yes.
your turn.
Just a slight shimmer. Alright, I will step out, assess the situation very quickly.
Grimmith looks like
And
he's been
send
awake
out-
for like 4 days straight.
And I will send out a level 4 ice bolt.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Who you shooting that at?
Where are you shooting it? Who are you
I am
at?
shooting the first 2 at the guy next to Aravan,
Okay.
and the second 2, the final 2 at the new guy that just popped up.
So 4
So
ice
you have
bolts.
you have advantage.
So I've
on
got
the first
advantage
guy.
on the first 2.
All right.
So that's 26 to hit the guy next to Aravan.
26. Yep. It's a good thing you had advantage.
4 damage.
4.
27
Take
to hit
advantage
him
to hit the
again.
guy next to Lee.
Huh?
He's not
You're
shooting
gonna
your guy, bud.
I'm shooting
Yeah, I
this
know.
guy and this guy.
Okay. And then 9
My guy's
cold
lit
damage.
up.
All right. And
It's
then
nine,
the guy in
9
the
damage
back.
on him,
It's a 20. It's a
and then 23 and 15 to hit the second guy.
Yes. Okay. So
Both hit,
both hits.
so that is
13 damage.
13 cold damage
Okay.
to him.
Nice.
And
Then their balls shrivel up a little bit inside
get
them.
back in.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. My turn.
All right. Looks like Aravan, your turn.
Okay, so I will attack. 18 probably hits.
18 hits.
It's 10 slashing damage.
All
And
right.
attack.
You look. You slash down, and he's like, "Yes, he's almost dead. Finish him."
16 hit.
Second attack, 16. That hits.
Don't
All
you
right.
have advantage?
Give
He is
the.
very far.
Let's hear the killing blow.
Okay, so as this guy is cowering in fear, sort of scrambling away from me, I swing down and strike him once, and then a second time manage to decapitate him.
Nice.
So that's one target down, and then I will bonus action cast a spell. Spiritual weapon. So that's a 24 to hit on this guy.
Okay. 24 hits.
Mhm.
11 force damage.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna need to
That was,
drag that
that was the
in.
guy next to me,
Yes.
not
Yeah.
the other assassin.
And what else are you
then
doing?
I will move 25 feet of movement up to the other assassin
Okay.
because I want him not to be using ranged attacks right now.
Alrighty.
Hang on, let me drag in my. If I can, where is it? Oh, did you not give us access to it?
What?
My spiritual weapon.
Maybe that was from last game. I guess I should.
Your token.
Yeah, you can have this. Let me resize it. Oops. Oh, they won't let me resize.
Spiritual
Floating
Avatar.
shield.
Thanks. So put that right up here.
Alright, you can control it.
No, I can't. Oh, now I can. Thank you. Okay.
Ninja Star.
Okay, anything else?
That's my turn.
Alright. Next up. Alright. Chopper's up. He's going to slash at Lee. Alright, swings his glaive. First attack,
Misses.
11, and misses. Second attack. Ooh, critical fail. Alright. He like swings wildly and he stumbles a bit. He stumbles like off to the side. And he's going to
Stuck in the wall.
turn and well, let's see. No. Okay. So he just he isn't able to do anything else. We'll just end it there. Alright, Lee, your turn.
Right. I go. Now it's my turn. Koyuketsu Shogi. The lotus blossoms in winter for a 14 to hit.
14 does not. Glances off his armor.
Hiya. Unarmed strike. 25.
25
That's
hits.
Codlin Kiss.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a key point to.
Timeout. By the way, you have advantage. Sorry.
Oh,
from Fairy Fire.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So now the first one was a
Very-
23 to hit.
Alright. Oh, so the 23? Yeah, that would have hit. Good call, good
Not
call.
sneak it. Oh, wait, I had advantage, so that is sneak attack damage.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that one was
mine were
16.
also bandaged.
And then the unarmed strike did 7.
Okay,
So,
23 total.
and then I still used the key point to stunning strike. We'll say the second time.
Alright, stunning
So he's
strike.
got to make a
Con save.
14. Yeah.
Alright,
So
and then
stunned.
before that happens, he's going to re-roll that saving throw.
It's because he feels like it.
13.
Fucker. Alright, so he saves. Well then, I guess time to bonus unarmed strike him. Kick of the Wounded Basilisk
Okay.
for 24.
24 hits for 10 damage.
And stunning strike again.
Alright, stunning strike. So expend another key point. Here comes the con save. 17.
And no, that's it. But I unarmed striked, so Kensai skill gives me a 19 AC.
19 AC. That's good because he stabs out at you with his glaive. For an 11, so doesn't hit. Alright, Brahm, your turn.
Okie dokie.
Oh dear, this guy has legendary actions.
Or he's just a fighter.
Yeah.
No, he took attacks off turn.
Riposte.
Mhm.
Oh, riposte.
Battlemaster.
Post.
So we're gonna go to here. And is that an act? Oh, it is an action. Okay, we're gonna cast Beacon of Hope.
Boy.
Beacon of Hope. Okay. Hope and Vitality. Who are you choosing?
Everyone, all of my friends.
30 feet. Oh yeah,
Sorry, I'll make that a spear.
that's okay. All
Nice.
right. Sweet. So concentration up to 1 minute, and they now have advantage on Wisdom saving throws and Death saving throws, as well as
Uh-huh.
regaining the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
That shit's awesome.
It's it's scary good with me, like scary good.
Well, as long as you don't get hit.
Yeah, we won't get hit.
So yeah, that was my action. I don't have any bonus actions to do that aren't spells, so that's it. I'm done.
All right. Before Floristan can go, Chopper sees the new guy coming up, and he stabs out at you, Braum.
What's up?
17 to hit.
There's legendary
That will
actions.
miss.
All right. Floristan, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it simple and say, hey, your boots look stupid, and I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on him.
All right. DC 17 Wisdom
think-
save.
I think Lee's gonna take some side damage from that.
No, they're cool. Oh, rolls a 3. All right.
Take 6 psychic damage and has disadvantage on his next attack.
All right.
And I will bonus action healing word myself at first level.
All right.
So I regain
That's
11
max.
hit points.
Yeah.
That's maxed
You
healing.
regain 14.
8 plus.
Oh, I already rolled max.
No,
Oh.
you have Beacon of Hope. You get max.
Even if it's not him doing it?
Any healing.
Yeah.
Or gains
Any
maximum
healing.
number of hit points
Any
possible
healing.
from any healing.
Oh,
That's pretty
all right.
sweet.
Back up
Holy shit.
13. Thanks. All right, and that'll do it.
I'm guessing that works with potions too.
Any healing.
It does. It does.
Any healing.
All right. You hear Chopper yell out to the assassin again, and he says, kill that guy, will you? And he takes a reaction against Erevan, swings
He
out with
will
his
have
short sword.
advantage.
13.
It's not a.
He hits me.
He
No,
has
25.
advantage.
Oh yeah, it is advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Fairy Fire.
25 hits. All right. So 6 piercing damage, and then do a con save, please. All right, you got it right on the nose. 15.
So -6, and then minus another 10, so -16.
Oh.
And
Why
I
are
would
you
have to make
taking
a
the 10?
concentration check, but the only thing I'm concentrating is Wrathful Smite, which is no longer useful because the guy it was on is dead.
So you don't make anything anyways.
Okay. You're good. Con save.
Yes.
All right, and then now it's actually the assassin's turn. He's going to. He's going to try to move around you, try to position himself, and he slashes out with his short sword twice. First one crits. 7,
Damn, son.
2, so 9 piercing damage. Con save.
Oh.
That fail.
Yep.
So that's 9 plus 56. I am unconscious.
Wait, how's it?
Damn, son.
Oh, because the poison's doubled. Yeah.
Because everything's doubled.
Yeah. Shit.
So that was 9 piercing damage and 56 poison damage. Take him right out.
All right, and then after he attacks, he used 5, 10, 15. He's going to go 5, 10, 15.
At least you have advantage on death saves.
Alright, Grimmett, your turn.
All right. So I will step out once again, and I will cast Melf's Acid Arrow on big guy.
Okay.
So that is an attack roll for me with advantage. 28 to hit.
28 hits.
So that is 12 acid damage now.
Alright. Nice 12 damage.
And then an extra 2d4 acid damage
Beginning of his turn.
at the end of his next turn.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll step over here, sort of behind Floristan, and that'll be my turn.
Alright, nice job. Erevan, your turn.
Okay, death saves.
Death saves coming up. 15, nice. One success.
So I succeed.
Oh, you're rolling advantage. I got you. Okay.
Yep.
Alright, 15 does it. Chopper's turn. He looks at Lee, he's like, I've been tracking you a long way. Now you will pay the price for abandoning our order. He swings out with his glaive. 11. Second attack. 17.
He Macy's.
Alright. You like dodge out of the way easily. And you see he's exerting a lot of effort trying to cut you down, but unsuccessfully. And it's your turn.
And then I
Alright.
rolled the acid damage
Ah, yes, thank you.
from Melf's, and it's 4 acid damage.
Okay.
Alright. Now I will do Kyukits 22 for
22
Underhook of the
hits.
Rooster.
Underhook of the Rooster hits.
And it's a
26,
sneak attack,
by the way.
15. Oh yeah. So
15
damage.
Alright.
And then I will unarmed strike. 18. Kick
Okay.
of the Wounded Basilisk
That hits. Or sorry, yep.
for
18
7
hits.
damage.
7 damage. Alright.
And then I will stunning strike him on that one.
Alright. Stunning strike. He has to do con save, is that right?
Yeah.
14. 13.
Fails.
Alright, he's gonna re-roll that.
Make him use them all up.
That's right. 16.
16.
Alright,
So he passes.
passes.
I'm all right on it. Actually, how long does the healing last?
It's a
Oh.
concentration up to
Oh,
1
it's a
minute, I
constant.
think.
Okay, so this turn, for my bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind,
Ooh.
and I'm going to regain, I almost maxed out anyway, but I'm going to regain 11 hit points.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
Alright. So you
And
regain
still AC 19 because I used unarmed.
AC 19. Well, that's very.
I know. Go attack again.
Yep. Here comes the attack. 16.
Miss.
All right. Now it's Brahm's turn. You see a spiritual weapon floating in front of you. You see the assassin coming to
Oh
close
yeah,
the
that.
distance.
When did the spiritual weapon take any attacks?
Erevan on the ground in the distance.
Yeah, the spiritual weapon has to be commanded to take an attack.
Is it still
Oh,
up
okay.
even though he's
Yeah.
unconscious?
It's
Yes,
not a
it's not
concentration spell.
so
Oh, all right. And it's not the sentient sword, is it? Floating
It's,
around?
Oh yeah, what's this sentient sword doing now that I'm unconscious?
It's like creeping.
Wake up, you fool! Wake up!
It's like creeping closer to your neck. Bring me the blood. I will rise again. Fall on me. I will become stronger.
No.
Brahm, your turn.
Lots of options here. Let's go with. Well, I gotta pick Erevan up. Oh, Oh! What's that one thingy I can do that doesn't cost me a spell slot? I always forget that I have this.
Divine something?
No, it's within 30 feet of me. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to heal Erevan. So what is that? I can do, I'm 8, so that gives me, 30 points.
Wow.
Okay, so I will take all 30 points.
Nice.
That as long as, then that doesn't bring you up to half, right?
Not quite.
Nope, okay.
Wait, it's
5
5
times
times
your
your cleric
clerics.
level. Aren't you a level 8 cleric?
Yep, so 40. That's right. Math.
Man.
So that
40
I can't take all of. I can only take 34 points.
Okay. Is
So
anyone
I
else
think-
below half?
I don't think
Nope.
so.
Okay, so that's fine.
Give me the rest.
Oh,
Can't.
you're above half. I can't give anyone above.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What about the guy in the bush?
No.
No? Okay. Just a
He's dead.
suggestion. That's
He's decapitated.
Alright, what
So
else?
I'm healed, but do these guys know that I'm healed? Because I'm still lying on the ground.
That was my
Deception check.
action.
Probably.
That was my action, and it was it was not a spell, so I can do
Mhm.
a bonus action.
That was. Oh, yeah.
Let's go with spiritual weapon at level.
Dude's
Ooh.
getting pinned in by spiritual weapons.
Let's do. Why not? Let's do it at level 4.
Why not? Because you have better uses for a 4th level spell slot.
Well,
I mean,
oh well.
Yeah, this could
He's
be your,
deciding to.
it's gonna be your spiritual weapon. Give me a
Only
second.
increases by
So that's
1d8 for every 2 levels above
48. Oh, for every 2 slot ones.
7th. So this is only a 2d8 plus spellcasting ability.
Oh no! Whatever shall I do? I'll put it there, and I will hit that guy.
Okay. Go for the attack.
That one.
17. That hits.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 15 force damage.
Yep.
Alright, what else? Anything else?
That's all I can do.
Alright. He's going to stab out at Lee. 16.
that hit.
That does hit.
No,
Does
you
not.
did. Yeah, okay.
Does
That
not
never
hit.
hits.
What's that?
That never hits. I have
Yeah.
a 17 anyway.
Okay. Floor stand, your turn.
Okay. Hey Bram.
Mm-hmm.
How wise would you say that you are?
I'm very wise, and I have a thing that gives me advantage on those things, so I'm pretty wise.
Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and pick a nice little circle. Well, I mean, a nice little circle so I can get both these guys in there. And cast Hypnotic Pattern. So,
Oh, nice. That drops your, what's it
30
called?
foot cube.
which is fine.
That drops the other
Very
spells.
fire.
Alright, so attacks on me are no longer at advantage.
So the fairy fire's gone?
Fairy
Yeah.
Fire is gone, yeah.
Alright.
Off both of us.
And now
Yeah.
everyone has to make a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Brom and the 2 enemies.
Okay. What are they saving against?
Wisdom.
Like, what's the number?
A shit ton.
Alright.
17.
Alright, assassin does not. So he's hypnotized.
And this is a wisdom saving throw.
Correct.
All right, so I have advantage on that because of Beacon of
That
Hope.
thing.
Whoa. Yeah, that was a good thing.
I needed that real bad. 21 is fantastic though.
Alright, so they are both confused as shit as this swirling pattern shaped like a dick floats in front of their face. And they can't do shit. And I'm done.
What was the number to beat?
It was 17.
Okay. Alright, and... Alright, assassin's turn, so he is... failed, so he's charmed. He's incapacitated, speed of 0. Alright, Grimmeth, your turn.
I mean, the fight's over.
Okay.
They're both incapacitated. Unless there's more enemies, the fight is over. We can take them in.
Aravan
They're
says
down.
while he rolls over onto his side.
Listen, I'm just reading this one. Spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage. Do you guys mind if I damage these guys? No.
Well, I mean, you'd just be undermining what I just did. But go ahead, do whatever you want.
Start with assassin. This one is mine.
I won't be damaging this guy just yet. So, I will cast Wall of Fire.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
And I will make it a ring that is 20 foot in diameter, which is the circle that's shown.
Oh shit, you enclose them in a wall of fire.
I'm closing them all in a wall of fire.
Alright.
I
you
have
realize
my
that-
evocation. Hold up.
Do a burning ring of fire.
Oh,
Evocation sculpt spells. It's 1+ spell level for anyone I can see. Will automatically succeed on any saves from it and not take damage. Oh, wait a minute. Not take damage.
It does. Creature ends its turn within 10 feet of the side. Of that side? Oh, you choose
Yeah, I
which way it
choose
goes.
You choose
which end.
side.
It's going outwards or what?
No, it would be inwards.
So then you're
Now,
gonna... Okay.
this is up to you.
What?
Sculpt
yeah.
spells says succeeding on saving throws against a spell and would take no damage, etc., etc. Wall of Fire says there's no saving throw on the extra damage. Are they
from
still
the intense
protected
feat?
from the saving
yeah,
throw?
but I don't think that would work.
Well,
You'd hit your allies, so don't do that.
have fun, guys.
Okay, we got this.
What the fuck, Grimmeth?
At least I asked permission before I targeted.
Will the flaming
asked-
wall of fire consume all that is within it? Find out next time on 20 Ways to Die.
Well done.
Ah, what am I doing?
Well
boots?
done.
What am I wearing boots?
Your lean boots are ash. No.
Better not.
Alright, I'm taking you guys off this page so I can keep it for,
Oh, I was gonna add some.
Nah, yeah, you guys are gonna add stuff,
I was
start
just gonna add some arrows to show that it's burning inside, not outside.
burning inside. Okay.
We'll remember.
I mean,
you
can
burned
the
your
one guy
allies.
that
We'll
was in
remember.
the
Don't
wall
worry.
make his deck save at least? The one assassin.
Yeah, what do you want him to do?
Wait, was there a deck save?
So
there wasn't.
the wall that I made, the one assassin is in it, so he has to make a deck save.
Okay. Let's do that real quick. Deck save.
Wait, where does it say deck save?
It's
I don't see deck save.
Spell.
it's like at the
Man.
it says it in the little block.
So,
I don't see deck
creature
save
that-
anywhere in
I
that.
don't see anything about deck.
oh fuck, I didn't write it in. Damn it.
Read
Okay,
your
good.
goddamn spells. Hang on, I'm looking.
That means that's
No,
fine.
I have.
That means we ended it right where we needed to.
I just made it. Made it
Oh, there it is. When the wall appears, each creature within its area
Yeah, why isn't
must
that
make a
written?
dexterity saving throw. It's not in your description, but
Yeah, my bad. I'll
Oh, wait, no,
change
I was
the
reading
macro.
this.
I made the macro so it looks cool. Oh well.
Alright.
I'll have to.
This assassin's
Change.
still gonna take half damage though.
Right, so that was 22 damage.
Wait, how did it take half?
I know
He
it's
has,
DC 16.
He has evasion.
Oh, wait. No, no, no.
Is it not an AoE?
It's an AoE.
He's
It's a
still
deck
charmed
save.
though. He's charmed.
He takes half
He doesn't.
damage.
So,
Can he evade
okay,
if
okay.
he's charmed?
I get it. I've got it. Here's what you want to do. No,
It's
wait.
already done.
No, it's done.
it's done.
It's done,
It's
and
done.
we'll pick it up next time.
Yeah, so half
so
damage is
we're not
7.
on for.
So he takes 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And this wall is like, it's an opaque wall. You can't see through it. Unfortunately.
Why? Why did you cast that? What was your...
Because
But that is that
Because
your
it's awesome.
I want to.
is that your turn though?
All right.
That is my turn, yes. I'm not moving.
And then the
anywhere.
flames pointing in isn't, you sculpted it so it's not damaging anyone else, correct?
It's
So far.
Can't. That's the
It's
thing.
not.
Via the
It's not
spell-
damaging me and Brom
via
yet.
the spell. I choose one side. Any creature within
10
that
feet.
within 10 feet from that side takes the damage on their turn,
Right.
on the end of their turn,
Right.
So they need
For the
to
first-
run
Me and
out
Brom
of
just
there.
need to get out of there. We'll be fine.
or
Alright.
when they run through it.
So are we gonna
But
chat
I mean-
about when to meet next time? I know not next week.
We can do it on Discord. I know we,
Okay.
Yeah,
we
we'll do
ran
it
a
on
little bit
Discord.
late.
I gotta go.
Also, Grimmeth, I don't know if you saw my post on Discord. Everyone's gonna get commission
Oh,
drawings of their
yeah.
characters. So the more detail, the better. The more pictures, the better. I don't know who I'm doing it with yet, but the site I'm doing it with recommends at least 3 pictures as
Reference.
describing what you want drawn.
All right.
The more detail, the better from all of you. Pose, what they're wearing, what they look like, all that good stuff.
Well, Q. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. It was good. Lot going on this session, so
Yeah.
we appreciate
I'll
it.
see you
Everyone
later.
enjoyed their Memorial Day.
Yeah, you guys do the
Oh
same.
yeah.
Yeah, you're-
I don't know.
Good. Take
Canadians
care,
don't
guys.
have Memorial Day, so it's just another Monday. Have fun at work. Just kidding. All right. See you guys.
All right.
Guys.
See ya.
See it.